I remember of it. We're really just dicking around and seeing what happens when we do things.
Uh, yeah, pretty much. And sometimes those things happen that are exciting, and sometimes it's just an episode where you guys go to a planet that Star Wars fans like, and I make it bad for everybody. So I'm gonna start
Where did
streaming
we
right
leave
now.
off, actually?
I
Uh,
don't remember.
That
okay,
that's kind of the awkward part about this whole situation, I
one of
guess.
you has to do a recap though, so that's the problem.
Holy
Not
fuck!
it.
Nope,
I
Luke,
said not it. I'm not it.
not it.
Not it.
Luke, I'm so sorry.
All right, Max Rebo band, go for it. Um,
That was funny. I didn't get it for a sec.
there's this bum in there somewhere.
Sorry.
Like the drum bum.
Okay, so here's the
Oh.
awkward part about the recap.
Yeah, that's really what I'm trying to figure out is like what is actually happening because of real life situation. I know we were kind of like trying to figure out like the Varl and Nar Shaddaa thing, and I'm kind of confused of how we're gonna do that right now.
Yes, because the entire last episode was dedicated to a player who will no longer be joining us for awkward reasons. It wasn't the worst departure I've ever had from a D&D game, I will say that, but incompatibilities rise. So last session, the group journeyed to Varl, a planet that is in recovery. There they found the civilization of the Hutts, being controlled by a mysterious and ancient Hutt mastermind of enigmatic origins. You learned much about this Beldorian, an ancient Hutt who, as far as you all know, was some sort of ancient Jedi, and as you now learned, a being dripping with the dark side. Yet, when he spoke positively. He constantly tried to endear himself to you. He genuinely believed himself to be a hero and wanted your approval as a group of his heroism, his self-perceived heroism. His desperate and foolish Hutt, inspired by his desire to gain your allegiance, took a leap of faith and did something he had been planning for a long time, and metamorphosed himself into the Hutt's true ancient form. You guys, in a panic, attacked him, and he proceeded to curb stomp all of you. You all fled his you fled his domicile, and you fled his domicile. You found no resistance from the Hutts upon leaving this planet. For whatever reason, Beldorian did not try to stop you from leaving Varl. And now you find yourselves limping towards Yavin 4 in the Ebon Hawk. Hoping to seek shelter with Rey, the master of the Jedi there, Rey, and try to get your bearings with what is happening in the galaxy. I think this is generally what was agreed on by the group when they last time spoke. And it's what I'm going to roll with, if you don't mind. Any objections?
Sounds
None.
good.
All right. First things first. There was a bit of an altercation in space.
You mean a Star War?
A space altercation occurred. So y'all probably aren't gonna like this.
I kind of like things I don't like though in D&D. You
You're not gonna like how much I railroaded this.
Oh.
No, at this point, we just gotta get there.
Oh, I thought you were talking to us in character with one of the many people we have aboard.
Okay. Something happened. And let's just say somebody's no longer on the ship. Or to be more specific, there's a ship missing. And now everybody is stuck on the Ebon Hawk.
We lost the eagle?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I had all my cool stuff on the eagle.
This
I
may
had my
not be
tank.
permanent. This may not be permanent, but let's just say that somebody's character had called fire drill, and then he stole the eagle. And the last message he left with all of you was, "My people need this ship."
Damn.
So, Isaac the Iron may have stole the Arcadian eagle because he feels his people need it to reclaim Nar Shaddaa.
oh.
That is
Taking
not something I saw coming.
Out of character, my tank. In character though, Izu says send him like a wavy emoji picture.
He sends you a wavy emoji back.
Wavy. Well, I guess he's sending emojis. He's not mad at you.
And then he sends a sad face, and then he sends a bird, and then 3 fire hydrants.
Can I send him the eggplant emoji?
You do that.
Okay, I'll
You
do
do
that.
that. I don't know what that means.
Except for in Star Wars, it's not an eggplant, it's a flake eel that has this connotation.
Oh, wait, as long as it's got the connotation.
As long as it's.
Let's not half-ass this.
Okay. So you guys are... we're going to start off with the simple reality. There's the 4 of you. Kara, there's Veclin, there's Senful and Izu. You're all stuffed into the Ebon Hawk with a bunch of other people.
Wait, what about CC, the droids, and all the other pets we have?
Ewok.
Oh, the Ewok. Did the Ewok stay on the eagle?
The Ewok is stuck on the eagle.
Oh no!
Oh, that's okay. You know what? There's some good that came out of this.
The Ewok is stuck on the eagle, and he is still living in your tank.
There's something good.
So Bora the Ewok jerk, I'm gonna put in the NPCs thing now, and I'm gonna put him in under the gank, like Hazip's pack, because I'm ridiculous like that. Next time you see him, he's gonna be a fucked up cyborg.
Oh no.
He became a gank Ewok.
CC's on the ship with you. KM88 is on the ship with you. And as you guys are piloting the Eagle, everybody roll a perception check.
Oh, Jawa character sheet. It's been a while.
He's gonna
Yeah.
roll. I was gonna say you'll be better than all of us, Izu. We know this. You'll do.
So
always do
Izu,
better.
as you're doing basic ship maintenance on the Ebon Hawk, as you guys are limping to the Ebon 4, you see something terrifying. You see a panel on the wall. Shudder and shift.
I hit it with a hammer. Stay.
We have cockroaches.
The panel pops open.
I said
You see
stay.
you see the porg is inside the panel.
Ah. Worker 1, what are you doing? Oh, and he just
It's got a
picks him up,
wire in its mouth. It looks important.
picks him up by the wings and kind of pulls him down, pats him on the phone. Bad. And then he looks at the wire.
He's not letting go of the wire.
I pull out a Twinkie and offer it to him.
He's not letting go. He's got that look on his face when your dog has something in his mouth.
I tickle him under the wing.
He starts smiling and it's like little tail wags. He's not letting go. You're gonna have to get this out the hard way.
Can birds smile?
Borgs can because they don't have a
beak. He has
beak.
he has
Yeah.
like
He's got horrific porg face. It's
That
a
sounds
bird. It's a
disgusting.
bird with like a weird Teletubby face on it, but it's terrifying.
Actually, he's a ghost, so how the fuck is...
It's a Star Wars abomination.
Okay. Uh, can I grab a bone from like my last meal and like wave it in his face?
Okay, you're gonna have to roll an animal handling check here.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, he drops it and he grabs it. He's like, oh, and he runs off and he drops it. And you're able to eventually find where this important-looking wire belongs and fix it. It was definitely part of the fuel system, and you would have all died.
Of course.
I rewire it so we don't die.
You do that. So
Damn, I'm
how's everybody
disappointed.
else
I was
feeling?
looking forward to being lost in space.
So how's everybody feeling after getting completely curb stomped? Not first you got completely curb stomped. Then you got your main ship stolen. How's everybody feeling?
He's doing great.
I'd like to know how Kara's feeling for a certain reason, which is that I want to hear her accent.
Well, you know what? I think that this is quite much bit of a faster ship. It is. I tried to do an Australian accent and something came out of my mouth that was wrong.
Are we been able to take a long rest yet?
At this point, I would say you're about midway through a long rest. Long rest doesn't necessarily mean sleeping, but
Okay. Well, then I've got a good old 7 HP, so I'm not doing great.
I remember almost dying last time. Oh yeah, I have 7 HP as well.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you guys got messed up because I was sticking together 2 stat blocks, and one of those was the Emperor's.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Why do you hate us like that?
Because we kick his ass every other occasion.
This is true.
We're level 7.
True. You guys should be much higher level by now, by the way. I'm awful at leveling
You
up players.
kept us at a lower level because we were literally kicking your ass at every other situation. This is the first time we lost something.
Don't say that. He won't level us up.
I need to get better at leveling up
These
players.
encounters are so hard, Eric.
So,
Just kidding.
what's everybody up to who isn't chasing a porg? How are you feeling having gotten your ass kicked?
Well, admittedly, Veclin is he's thinking about a lot of things because he got his ass kicked, which isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess. He's been humbled. But he's also pretty lost at this point. We're running around for the GFFA. We haven't really accomplished a whole lot when it came to that. I've been exiled by my order.
No, you weren't. The only thing you just lost your specific
Title,
role
yes.
in your
Yes,
order.
which is kind of my real role is to basically just sit on the planet now and hang out. And Declan's got a bit of wanderlust, and he's doesn't really know what to do. Plus, he has this carbonite army he's supposed to find, and that planet is long lost and hard to find where the hell that could be.
We're technically waiting on word of that, so that's a to be continued thing.
Declan would be looking for guidance. It's one of the first times where his wandering isn't actually just been able to be just solved by just stumbling into something. He's kind of completely disheartened at this point.
And is Luke back yet? Nope. So, disheartened, hoping for guidance. Roll me a luck check. We'll see if you get some guidance here.
What about that?
Why do I ask players for things?
Well, this is the only time Veclin did anything good. And not just whip it. The only natural 20 I'm gonna get now.
So, as you are searching for guidance, you open yourself up to the Force. And what happens when you open yourself up to your Force is you find yourself back in that place, back in that council chamber amongst the council that ruled your order. God dang it. What are they? The Lucasine Council.
Yes.
I did not make handout. Oh, I did. Thank God.
You did, yay.
Oh, thank God. You see
God.
Dothlin, the leader of the council. You see Zyra, the sole Elferidian member of the council.
Doorbell.
Doorbell, and Zethlin.
Yep. Those are the 6 I got.
It was Dothlin. It was Zyra, Zethlin, Dothlin, Doorbell, Doorbell. That's so hard to say.
I love the one of them is basically called Doorbell.
At any rate,
Mm-hmm.
you just find yourself amongst them. Their judging eyes. No, they don't have that. Okay.
No, they don't.
Their judgmental scowls looking at you. And one of them
Looking
says,
how?
Oh, not this again.
I'm going to die every time we do Miraluka characters. I realize how ableist I am.
Ableist.
So, they acknowledge you.
Cool. I'm sorry, man.
I'm not.
And
This is funny
that's
as
when
hell.
Doorbell speaks up and says, do you think he can hear us? And Doorbell says, is this working?
Yes, it is.
And Zethlin says, oh God.
Oh, shit.
Dothlin speaks up and says, we have reached across the void of the stars. We have communed with the Force. You are lost to us, child. Do you hear us?
Yes, I do.
We have need of you in these dark times.
I needed you. But here we are.
The Lucasine wish to exercise an ancient right. And you have been chosen for this.
And what is this right?
The Lucasine, in a long-standing treaty with the Jedi, have the right to send one representative to join the Order. There's too much happening now in the galaxy for us to stand alone.
As you wish.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
It's okay. I'm just a Sith Lord now.
Oh,
But
true. What happened while I was gone? If you don't mind me asking.
He received a Force vision from his Order.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I have accepted their offer to seek out and join the Jedi, so there is a connection.
And
I'm the arranged marriage.
You are you're in an arranged, somewhat of an arranged marriage situation, unfortunately.
I'm ready for it. I'm up for new
So
things.
just before the vision cuts, you hear Zyra say, "I can't believe that worked." Uh, roll an insight.
Oh, okay. I'm good at those.
Commuting over vast distances is very difficult with the Force.
Yeah.
It's been known to spontaneously kill people for no reason.
No, that's good.
Like a Jedi will. It's been known to happen that a Jedi will just try to reach out with the Force and communicate with people over long distances, and then they'll just die for no reason.
Sounds like a sequel
Skywalker
problem.
cough.
No, it sounds like a Leia problem. All you have
Yeah.
to do is say one person's name and they just die.
Yes.
Well,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Am I dead?
You're not dead, but it seems that
No.
all of them working together, they managed to contact you through the Force.
Okay.
And it was definitely real, but they were not sure this was going to work. To be as clear as possible.
Got it.
And their intent seems genuine. And I would go one step further. You kind of get the sense that they might have intended you for this role when they removed you from the position of Seeker.
Sure. They can
Yeah,
put
we're
that
not
all
kicking
out.
you out. We're just moving you to a new position.
Yeah, horizontal movement with less pay and more responsibility.
You're not wrong.
Quiet
You know.
firing.
That's the joke.
So,
Yeah, you know about quiet quitting. This is a quiet firing. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
This guy is trying to bring too much attention to our place. Let's give him to the Jedi.
Semphil. How is Semphil feeling? After all of this getting his ass kicked?
Semphil is feeling pretty down, and when he's normally feeling down, he would go gambling. But we're in space, and he's found a new crux. So instead, he's spending time with his orb.
Oh God, I forgot about the death orb.
I forgot about the orb as well.
Death orb.
I don't like that it's called the death orb.
It's just
You don't like a lot of things we do, but we're still doing it. So shut up. Okay, man.
So shut up.
You too, bro.
So you are contemplating the orb when Steve approaches you and says, "It's not literally an orb. It's like a shard of some kind of evil. It's definitely a shard of evil." And Steve goes up to you and says, "What you doing there, Captain?"
Just thinking. Just thinking about stuff, Steve. Nothing really. Just enjoying this time of rest that we're having.
You feeling down?
I'm feeling a little down. We got beat pretty bad back there.
What you got? Can I take a look at take a look at the death shard?
Sure. I don't see why not. It's a nice death shard, right, Steve?
Yeah, and she takes it. She looks at it and says, "This is a very nice death shard." Now,
Yeah. Pretty.
I have to level with you. When we get on Yavin 4, I need you to go talk to that little old lady that looks like a raisin. You know her? The little orange lady that looks like a raisin?
Oh, unfortunately, I do.
Go talk to her about this.
Fortunately, I do.
Well, why would I want to do that, Steve?
She might think it's really cool, too.
Well, if she thinks it's really cool, then word's going to get out that I have it. And then a lot of people who like cool things are going to come looking for it.
Oh, you know that Mass Kinetic can keep a secret.
I don't know. Something doesn't sit right with me about that.
Oh, then I'm not going to give you my surprise.
It's like talking to a little kid.
I got a surprise for you.
You got a surprise? What is it, Steve?
It's going to cheer you up.
What is it?
Oh, you don't get to know until you agree to go talk to the old lady.
Out of character, do I have some kind of urge to not let other people near this orb?
No, you just have a mild obsession with it.
Okay. Okay, I agree. I'll agree with Steve to show the orb when we get to Yavin 4.
Okay. And then Steve pulls a little Tupperware container with a lunch out for you. I made you a hamburger
That's actually so nice. What the heck?
and a bunch of fries. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of made it for myself, and that didn't work again.
Right, you've been doing that recently.
I've been getting increasingly angry about it.
You know, Steve, it's not really normal for droids to feel angry.
Well, you know what? You try putting a hamburger in your mouth and then remembering you don't have a mouth.
Izu pops up out of nowhere. I can fix that.
You get the fuck out of here, Izu!
Oh my god.
What? You want him out, don't you?
I'm still mad at you about the rewiring.
What rewind? Oh.
I liked the purple wire.
But to be fair, how was I supposed to know? You weren't specific.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Izu.
So you don't want a mouth?
I will get a mouth when I am ready.
Okay, I'll build one for you. He pops out. He like literally popped out like this side panel of a wall and just popped back in.
Speaking of upgrades to Steve, how many AI things are left for Steve?
That's a great question. I've written it down somewhere.
I believe it's 1 or 2.
It's 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know what? If I recall, did you get one while you were on Hutta? Not on Varl?
Oh gosh, where have I written this down?
It's somewhere. It's out there. I'm going to say it's 2.
I have 3 right now.
So, let's just say that while you were on Varl, you were able to acquire a little bit of extra. Oh god, it's snowing again. Why? It's already killed half my bushes in the backyard. It's not even a joke. It's literally killed half.
I believe it. The rain did the same thing here. Everything is either meadow now or just dried up lash of mud.
So, you're kind of tinkering with Steve, and you realize that, let's just say for the sake of moving along Steve's plot, you are one AI module away from making Steve fully sapient. Or rather, from unlocking the next stage of Steve's journey. Let's just say that in the time, you've managed to acquire some in the time that it's taken you to research the stuff. You've received some emails with some attachments, basically. So, yeah, you've received an email with attachment, and you get download these files, and you're taking with Steve, as Steve is like, and after you're installing like this latest module, Steve just goes and finds something and comes back. And it's a pad of paper, or no, it's a ramshackle iPad. It's a sci-fi iPad with it's like a tablet with a pen, and this is a Star Wars and post-apocalyptic iPad, so it's got like a freaking gas-powered engine and like a pull cord on it.
Jesus.
It's like somebody attached a lawnmower to an iPad to power it.
What? My friend was telling me today about this old Samsung phone that had like a full digital camera and lens in it, where you held the phone up like a camera and the lens like came out of the back.
It's got one of those too. This is a monster, and she turns it on, she pulls the cord, and she takes the thing, and she just starts drawing stuff. But it's like, it's like a drawing app where it's designed to look like they're drawing with a crayon.
Okay.
And they just keep drawing stuff with like this crayon. And it's like, and she holds it up and says, "Behold." And it's just a stick figure of Semphil holding their orb.
Oh, I love it. Can I put it up on the communal fridge?
Yes, you can print it out on a big piece of flimsy glass with the attached printer on this thing like a Game Boy printer. It takes 10 minutes. She says, "It's you being an idiot about this weird death shard that you found.
It really is. You're so talented, Steve.
And you're so obsessed with that thing instead of being obsessed with me like you should be."
I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it.
And I would say that something, I don't know.
Me neither.
Me neither.
They just like freaking slapped
You
you
think I
on
should
the.
be obsessed with you.
They just like lightly slapped you on the face in like the most limp-wristed slap, like eh.
Come on, Steve. You can't stay mad at me, can you?
Roll an insight on Steve.
That's probably a good idea.
You can tell that Steve right now is very focused on trying to cheer you up. Her entire like demeanor right now is just like she sees that you're so. First off, she sees that you're covered in blood of various colors, and you're definitely tired and weak. Her one goal here is to try to cheer you up, and would you say it's working?
I'd say it's working, yeah.
And she looks at you and says, "I wish Rhodians could smile."
And I'm gonna purse my weird exterior lips in such a way that it looks like I'm trying to smile.
Oh, God! Never mind.
Isn't this what you wanted, Steve? I'm so happy.
No! She runs away.
I'll take a little peek at my orb.
Man, isn't that orb great?
It's a nice orb.
It's so great, that orb's so great. Roll a wisdom saving throw. Nothing bad happens, but you do hear the word. You do think the word orb for about 15 minutes straight. So it's like, oh.
It's honestly pretty similar to real life.
So
Huh.
I heard the word hold on.
No, you're good. My bad.
Okay. So, with all that out of the way, after a long rest, you all arrive on.
God.
What was that?
Thank God I'm alive. Back up to 69 health. All right.
Oh my God.
I don't make the rules.
Kind of epic.
I know.
Up to
But I
60 health.
It's the one good roll I did. I don't want to level up again.
So,
Wait, are we level 8 now or 7?
you're level 7.
That's what I
Okay.
thought.
All right. You guys are in orbit of Yavin 4. Now, the question is, where are you going to land? Are you going to attempt to land near Ray's Jedi Temple? Or are you going to land in the city and get ferried to the temple by one of the hobbits?
Land in the city. That's how we've been doing things. There's like no reason to change it.
Right.
Because, as you all know, Ray's trying to keep her temple secret. And you land in Vornis, and despite everything that's happened, this city is still bustling. It's still thriving, and it's capitalismed to hell. But it's less malicious capitalism and more annoying capitalism, as previously stated and specified. Which, it's a far cry. Sorry.
Less cyberpunk and more metaverse.
A little more. I would actually say a little bit of both. But it's like you walk into the building and you walk into the main temple and it's just like so many repetitive shops. It's like there are 3 phone case stands next to each other.
Oh,
All completely unrelated. But the thing is, this is a place that has things like phone case stands and toy shops, game stores, things that don't exist anymore in the real world. And eventually, you're able to contact this fellow, and you all find yourselves on the truck back to. I forget his name, even though I went on like a 3-hour rant when I discovered him.
Pippin?
It's him. I know that. It's like I remember when I first figured out about this character. I spent so long getting angry about like his backstory because there's like
nothing.
Here's the thing: he made one line of dialogue, and the writers decided that was his entire personality. That he was a member of the Church of the Force, who was a researcher who knew everything about the Jedi and Sith.
Makes sense, totally.
They even had this like thing in the visual guide where they pointed at his pocket and said, "There's notes about Sith and Jedi ruins in there." It's like trust. And I'm like, yeah, I'll trust you. He has a pocket, of course. Of course.
Beaumont Kin?
Beaumont Ken.
Beaumont Kin.
Beaumont.
Yeah.
Why is his name Beaumont?
Yeah.
So you find Bo and
Bo, yeah.
Ken Wan Katori and Reeve are with you guys, of course. And Ken Wan, the amazing pug, he's just sort of leading the way, and Reeve's like following him like a lost puppy for some reason. Oh. And he says, "Don't worry, it's going to be fine. She's not going to be mad at you." And Reeve just says, "Are you sure? I don't trust this Jedi crap." And Kinwan looks at her and says, "You trust me, don't you? Come along. If anything bad happens, I'll protect you." She's like, "Okay." They've developed a very unusual dynamic, it seems. And with that, you all arrive at Rey's Jedi Temple. This quiet, moss-covered temple in the middle of the jungle. A place where you can relax, recover, recuperate. A place far away from the galaxy where you can seek answers and figure out what your next move is. So, what's everybody doing once they're here?
Well,
I mean, are we trying to get the eagle back? Is that part of our goals?
Possible.
Well, I think he's doing it to do stuff with the gang, so I think he's gonna bring it back once he's done at some point, eventually down the line.
So
As the
shouldn't go
Dungeon
looking for
Master say,
leads?
that's a good assumption. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
I was just saying I shouldn't go looking for leads then.
Yeah.
If you don't need to, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So, who's going where in the temple? I am going to say when you first arrive there, you are greeted, of course, by Maz Kanata. She says, "Oh, you guys came back, huh?"
Which one's Maz Kanata again?
The little orange thing.
The little orange elderly woman.
Oh, right, sorry.
Who's played by one of the most beautiful women who has ever existed. Who's way too young to be this tiny old lady character. It just baffles my brain. There's literally no room. It empties my head of sanity. She says, "So, you finally arrived."
Well, we tried to get here earlier. We were delayed. Much has happened. But we're here now.
Well, make yourselves at home. Reza, the Master Ray, is out meditating. You can find the rest of the people wandering around the temple doing other Jedi stuff. No lessons are planned for today for the kids.
Who would I talk to about new members of the Jedi Order?
She looks over at Kinwan Katori and Reeve and says, "Oh God, what have you done?"
No, I'm talking about me.
You?
Me.
You.
Yep, me.
Are you sure about that? She points at Reeve and says, "That somehow feels worse than this one." And Reeve says, "What did I do?" And Matt says, "You are literally covered in Sith tattoos."
What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me?
I don't know. What's wrong with you?
I'm lost a bit. I'm looking for a purpose. My people believe I should join you, as a long tradition of the Lucasine having good relations with the Jedi.
Well, you're going to have to talk to Ray about that. She approves all of the new anyone that we have. She approves anyone. Plain and simple.
Then I will make my way there.
Make sure I get just she's Masconada considers her more problematic than this woman covered in Sith tattoos. Okay.
Well, racist.
So, what's that leave? Where does that leave Izu and Semfil when freaking Veclin goes off to find Ray? What are you two doing?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what there is to do around here. I guess we'd go looking for something to do, or I would.
He's gonna go teach the younglings like he did last time.
Oh no.
Forgot about that.
Oh no.
This is how you make a bomb.
Oh no. So
He's called
I'm going
Master
to.
Izu for a reason.
Okay. Izu, you head off to the. Hey, you head off to go corrupt the younglings, and you find that the younglings are a mixed bag of ages here. First of all, you have two relatively young kids. One about 10, one about 8. There's Varric the Witch Boy and Luke Naberry just kind of hanging out, watching. And here's the thing: these two kids they're beating the hell out of each other in a courtyard. Who's sending me messages? Willow, if you ever send me a fucking message again, Disney Plus, I will destroy your app on my phone. I'm not even kidding. I will be so mad.
Can never truly destroy the Disney Plus.
So,
it'll always come back stronger.
Isla and Dean, there's kids are like, I would say more like 12 and 10. They're beating the shit out of each other in the courtyard in the way that kids do, where like kids will throw rocks at each other, and Luke Naberry and Varric the Witch Boy, who are all teenagers. One's an older teen and one's a younger teen. Luke is a little younger, and they're just watching this in awe. They're like, and they're just, it's like two people watching a train wreck. And then you walk in, Izu.
Hello.
And Luca speaks up and says, "Don't do that. Don't stop them.
Oh, stop what?
Don't stop them from fighting. I want to see how long this goes."
Oh, Okay.
Varric speaks up.
Time
He's
credit.
like completely meditative. He's like, they've been doing this for 3 hours.
Be right back, guys.
Okay, and it's been 3 hours, and I'm going to break it up.
No, don't. You go to break it up.
No, he doesn't go to break it up. Instead, what he does is he grabs a small little Boomba and he throws it, and it's a flashbang.
You just threw a flashbang grenade at 2 children. They start screaming. Ah! Ah!
Now, what did we learn?
Ah!
Oh my goodness.
Ah! Don't trust the Jawa. Ah!
That was lesson 1. You should have gotten that already.
Don't keep fights to under 2 hours. What Dean
Exactly.
says.
Good job.
He's crying and wiping tears from his eyes. Ah! It
Oh,
burns.
it's just a flash. It's not tear gas. You're
It
fine.
banged too. Oh.
But the big lesson you should learn from this is always wear goggles.
Dean fishes
Wow.
out a pair of goggles from him.
Good job.
So,
But how have you guys been?
Varric speaks up and says, "It's been wonderful here. The Master has been teaching us everything she knows about the Force."
Ooh, that's nice. Now you want to learn another lesson?
I would very much love to learn whatever you have to teach us. You said,
Awesome.
And,
Everyone, we're going on a field trip. Let's go.
okay, this weird bunch of kids and teens just starts following you.
Easy
Meanwhile,
takes them outside to explain to them demolition tactics 101.
oh no. But you know what? Roll me whatever skill or tool you think is appropriate for this.
I assume demolition kits because I'm teaching them how various ways to destroy shit. So.
Beautiful. Why?
Good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Oh my
I forgot how this game went. This is just...
Yeah, the game goes, Izu does everything well for some reason.
Oh my god, that's a nat 30.
Nat 31, thank you very much.
Izu, you find the perfect place for teaching these kids everything about demolitions and demolition safety and how to handle explosives. And you spend the rest of the day teaching them everything about how to make makeshift explosions, and they absorb.
No, I'm not teaching them how to make bombs. I'm teaching them how to destroy stuff. So, like, I have bombs. This is how I destroy stuff. You guys have the Force. This is how you should destroy stuff.
You teach them everything that there is to know about structural stability, infrastructure, and how you basically give them the full course on how buildings work and how you instill in them lessons that will resonate in the Jedi Order until the end of time, because you've completely re-evaluated how they view using their powers. And they've all realized in this time that there's a lot they can do with what little they've learned. It's
I inspired a generation of architects in the Jedi Order.
You say architects, but they're about to practice all their demolition skills on all these really old buildings.
One of these children is 8. I cannot stress enough how this was an effective lesson, but what effective means is up to interpretation. So, Semfo, do you hang back and talk to Mascanetto about your shard?
Yes.
What do you say to her?
Hey Maz.
Hey,
Oh,
Semfo.
hey, Maz.
Oh, hi Mars.
Still not dead, I see?
Just barely. I wanted to ask you about something. I came across this.
Oh, really? You asking me about something? What's new?
Do you want to ask me about something?
No.
So
She seems a little sad.
defeated. Okay, I found this. I guess you could call it an orb, maybe a shard. Did I find it in a Sith temple?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I did. Yeah, I found it in a Sith temple, and it's really nice, right? I'm gonna pull it
She
out.
looks at you and says, I have to level with you. Everything about that sentence was bad.
Even that it's really nice.
Yes. That's somehow worse than if you hated it.
Well, I wouldn't say I hate it.
She looks at this thing and says, oof. Yep, that's cursed, all right.
Oh,
Cursed with beauty. It's nice, right? Come on, say it's nice.
Hand it over.
Okay, I'll hand it over.
And she holds it for a minute, and you see a bright glow. And you suddenly realize this thing's not very nice. It's kind of spooky and freaky and nightmarish looking. It looks kind of like H.R. Geiger designed a meteorite from hell.
Okay.
It's kind of bad looking, honestly. And she hands it back to you and says, here you go.
Does it look better now?
No.
Why did it look so evil after you picked it up?
It was always looked that way. I just broke the curse. Why did... Oh. Look.
You broke the curse? How'd you do that?
With the Force. I severed your connection to it. You should be fine now. Now get that... I have a recommendation to you, Senfil.
Okay.
Turn that into a really cool knife or bullet or something.
Okay.
That thing will... Look at me, Senfil. That will ruin a Force user's day if you put that in their body somehow.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
You will ruin their day and make them hurt, to say the least.
Well, thank you for your appraisal. And thank you for breaking the curse that I didn't know was on me.
Did you
I am a
not
little
know,
disappointed, though. I was really excited about it.
really excited.
You worry me, Senfil, but you've worried me since the day I met you. Ever since you wandered into my bar with that bullet wound, with those 27 bullet wounds in your body.
I don't think you're the first person to say that.
It's now canon that you met Maz Kanata years ago when you wandered into her bar with 27 bullet wounds in your body.
I mean, it sounds right.
I've probably said you've met her some other way, but I don't care. This game is a shit show, and I enjoy it. So, circling back to Veclin. Veclin,
Okay.
roll an investigation to try to find Ray. Or would this be survival?
What if I use the Force?
That would be a force check. That would be just your force attack modifier on top of a d20 roll. Oh yeah, you integrate.
Look for
Here's the thing. Ray, you can feel her through the force, but she's not giving off a strong aura in the force. She doesn't ping very strongly in the force. It's kind of odd. And you've been passively aware of that since you met her. This is a woman is ostensibly the Jedi Master, of this place, and she kicked your ass when you guys spun. Make no
Right.
mistake. But there's something off there.
Do I have a general location where she may be?
Yeah.
Where is she meditating right now? Is it?
She's meditating in a very deep chamber in here, in this place.
I will just follow the force. I'll just follow the breadcrumbs, basically, and just calmly walk, try to find her.
Ray is, when you find her, she is meditating, and in front of her is like some kind of old sci-fi jar. Sci-fi magic alien jar. Just sitting on the ground.
Okay.
Roll an insight check.
There you go.
You see the jar lightly wiggle a few times. Very lightly. And you see Ray is sweating her ass off trying to move this jar. This woman is not meditating. She is killing herself, failing at moving this jar.
I'll keep watching. Trying to see what's going on.
When she realizes you're there, she kind of just looks over at you and tries to play it cool and says, "Oh, hello, Veclin. I felt you arrive."
Yes.
Roll an insight check on that with advantage. No, she didn't.
Something troubling you, Master Ray.
It's quite alright. I'm just having difficulty focusing these days. It's nothing. Are you familiar?
Familiar with what? Eric?
Sorry, my brain shut down in the middle of me saying that. Oh, God.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I've been having weird mental health problems lately, and I'm genuinely worried I'm having strokes. Hey, Twitch, how you doing? She looks and says, what was the last thing you said? Crap, I'm sorry.
I asked her if she was having a problem, and she was
okay.
And she went something like,
I completely.
Are you familiar with? And then you just kind of.
She says, "Are you familiar with the concept of art block?"
I don't think so.
Sometimes artists or writers who have been writing or drawing for years get an insurmountable, painful inability to persist with their chosen work.
I see. And the force is not coming to you the way it was before?
No.
Do I notice anything weird about her aura? Her force aura through my foresight that I always have?
Yes. How do I describe what you see here? You know Kylo Ren's lightsaber?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's jagged. Her force aura is a little bit jagged and broken. It looks like she's been hurt.
Hmm. I sense a great conflict in you, Ray. Something hurt you. And you're unable to get it back. What happened? Can you tell me?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh.
She says, I shouldn't tell you. I can't compromise my position as the master here.
Either way, I have a request for you. I have been sent by my people of our force sensitive group, you could say, of the Lucasine, and I have been sent to reconnect our two orders together and bolstering your academy in a way. And I pledge myself to the Jedi Order. At least I wish to. I want to be like you, everyone else here. Perhaps I could give a unique insight that maybe no one has seen in the Jedi for generations.
She says, could you sit down, please?
Sit down.
Sit down across from her, and she says, the Jedi Order's a joke right now.
That's why I'm here, probably.
I cannot teach people how to use the Force. I can barely touch it myself right now.
Perhaps we could work on that together.
I don't think you can be any help. She looks at you and says, this was never my dream. This was never my... Nothing happening here was ever my dream or my choice. Things happened and I ended up living somebody else's life who I cared quite a bit for. And now he's gone. And in a way, it's my fault. And I've been trying to make it up to him ever since. But it's killing me.
I'm sorry. I have a similar thing, I suppose. I had a friend once that, in part of my group, we were meant to go find some other lost souls. And they were abducted by a group known as the Knights of Ren.
She winces when you say that. I'm so sorry.
Eventually, the person I went looking for died in their clutches. And to be worse, the other two people that are with me, one is lost, and the other one has joined them and is still with them today.
She looks at you and says, what's it feel like knowing somebody you've cared about done something so horrible?
It brings me a lot of great sadness. But the other hand of this is they use our people specifically because of our sight, lack thereof. They use it to find artifacts they're looking for, and I know what they're looking for. The bad part is now my old friend had revealed the location of my homeworld to the Knights of Ren. And whoever they are and why they're looking for this carbonite army to take over the galaxy or something is just why I need all the help I can get.
I can't
That-
help you.
Of course you can.
The only Jedi that I have here are myself. I can barely do anything with the Force. Karnuk Sen, he's a librarian, and Maz Kanata. And she's a part-timer.
Well, you also could have Veclin. You don't have to train me. I don't need teaching in the traditional way.
She kind of like leans in a little closer to you and just says, I've heard about this, I've heard that the Jedi would have a representative of the Luke the same. This ability that you say that the Mirror Luke can have, that they can find things. Could you help me find something?
Veclin thinks back to all the times when he was forced to find something, but realizes that this is probably a much more less painful arrangement. And yeah, I probably could. In deep meditation, I am able to reach out and able to find things.
I've been going over the records of Master Luke Skywalker's Academy.
Yes.
When it was destroyed, the New Republic did an investigation on the remains of the Academy. There they found 8 bodies.
Yes.
Luke Skywalker had well over 20 students. If you want us to help you, I need your help to find them.
Find the bodies?
I have to believe that there's other Jedi out there. The burden of this impromptu masterhood will kill me.
I know. I've seen other powerful Force users in my travels now. But I will do as you ask. I will tell her though of the Jedi-like people I've found. The Kinwan, the
Katori, who
Katori.
is a Jedi, and you tell her about Reeve.
I'll tell her, we found Reeve. Carson.
Karnuk said she mentioned him, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, she mentioned him, so he's here now, apparently.
Okay.
And do you mention Beldorian?
Beldorian. Yeah, I guess I would, but that's probably not who you're looking for.
Do you tell her what happened to you guys?
In detail, yes.
She says, ew.
Yeah, it almost killed us. And splintered our party. They're all over the place.
That's gross.
Yeah. It's something, that's for sure.
Why would that happen? Why is that a thing Huts can do?
I believed he was a master manipulator and probably just a extremely powerful force user that's lived a long time. I don't really know where he came from, but he's hiding, collecting power over the years, as these dark Jedi tend to do. I tell them about the Knights of Ren. I tell them about. Suppose it's a bit of metagaming, but I guess I will tell her that I was originally captured by someone known as Kylo Ren, and also all the other Rens I've came across that I still believe to be alive out in the galaxy.
So when you mention all of this, she does say. She kind of like leans over and she like puts her hand on yours and she says, "I'm so sorry that he did that to you. People make awful decisions. People are imperfect and the world is imperfect. You didn't deserve that."
You know of this man, Kylo.
She kind of fights back to you and she says, "I knew him very well. He hurt me too."
I was told he's gone now. This is true.
Yes. I was there when he was killed. He died.
I heard he died on Exegol.
Yes.
I never met him. I only met him once, and he disappeared. I'm sorry you have such a troubled relationship with him. But I never knew him as someone I could trust. He turned into something else, I imagine. Something better.
It's hard to explain.
I see.
It was a strange time in my life. Things were moving so fast and everything was so hectic that I could barely keep up with what was happening around me.
Well,
By
I'm
the
sorry
time it
for-
was over, I had one foot in the grave and
I'm sorry for your loss. I don't really hold animosity towards many people. But people that betray, like my friend that have betrayed my entire species, I must seek something. At the very least, I need to stop their plans. But I will help you. Where should I go to help you?
Luke's Academy. First, you should talk to Karnuk Sin. He's helping me investigate what happened at Luke's Academy. And then you should head to Ossus, where his academy was.
Ossus. All right.
It's a hidden and secret world, but we can show you the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Master Ray.
Ugh. Why? It somehow sounds worse than the other name I was thinking about.
Well, we'll see.
She says, it's a funny story. Twice in my life I've chosen my name. Somehow, both of them have just resulted in weird awkwardness.
How old is Ray now?
She is... I have no idea how old Rey is supposed to be in the Star Wars movies.
It is this
28.
Okay, 28.
Yeah, she's
Till
28.
the end of it.
So how old is she now? 28.
She's like 34, I think.
Okay, so it's a few years later. So
She's in her early to mid 30s.
all right.
And she is a single mom, so there is a little bit of that like broken single mom look on her.
Sure.
Uh, she says, "Take care of yourself when you leave. Don't leave without saying goodbye, Veclin."
I won't.
And we're gonna cut over to Senfil, who I'm presuming is in the commissary, raiding the Jedi's fridge. This is a good assumption.
Yeah, I think so. He's like, "Can we go yet? There's nothing for me to do here."
And when you say that, a droid wanders in. He says, "Well, you look like you got some muscles on you. For at least the reasonable ones. Come along, I need your help."
All right. I mean, I'm not doing anything. I'll follow the strange droid.
So he says, "So, why are you here? You don't look like a Jedi type to me."
I have a friend who's a Jedi.
Oh, and you need to be here to hold his hand.
Yeah, you know how Jedi are.
They
Can't do anything on their own.
They form strange and weird emotional attachments to people.
Yeah.
They always say, "Oh, we're so not emotional," but then they will just attach themselves to a droid or a person, or it is the weirdest thing, and they always insist that it doesn't happen.
Pretty opinionated for a droid.
I should be. I'm over 4,000 years old.
There are droids that are 4,000 years old?
I don't know about droids, but there's definitely droid that is over 4,000 years old.
Wow.
The distance you start hearing booms.
Oh, damn it, is your Jawa friend at it again?
I would like to say no, but I feel like realistically, yes.
So how do you get all wrapped up in this Force nonsense?
I don't know, man. I'm just along for the ride. Trying to get some money.
Yeah, and he takes you to the cargo hold. He's like, "Start carrying these things. I need help with it. My servo motors are too old for this."
I oblige.
And he just starts having you carry stuff. And you see that he takes you to a site where he's just constructing things. He seems to be spending a lot of time constructing parts of this temple.
So, what are you making? What are we making?
I'm putting additions onto the temple.
What kind of additions?
Making it livable for these Jedi. I don't need such things, but right now we're working on new training rooms for lightsaber combat and lightsaber construction. My favorites.
So how did you come by Rey and start working with Rey?
Oh, you know. She found me wandering in deep space trying to avoid being genocided by the Empire, which I didn't even realize had been dissolved by the time that she found me.
Wow. And you've been here ever since?
Absolutely. Trying to help her get things back on her feet. I think she was a wee bit disappointed in me, though.
Why's that?
She was looking for a proper Jedi and not a robot.
I see. Well, I'm sure she's learned to love you.
I wouldn't say that, but she definitely tolerates me. She thinks I have too much ambition. And what about you? Do your Force-using friends tolerate you?
I think they do. I mean, one of them left, so maybe he didn't. But the other one, yeah, I'd say he tolerates me.
You ever get wrapped up in weird Force shenanigans with them?
Constantly.
How do you level the playing field?
I try to shoot a lot of stuff. And every now and then they get wrapped up in weird stuff. This one time I took a lot of drugs, and then I accidentally woke up a rancor. And
Reminds me of
my Jedi
college.
friend had to help me deal with that.
It reminds me of when I was much younger.
Oh yeah, how so?
Oh, you wouldn't believe the stuff that I got involved with when there were Jedi running around. When I was running around with Jedi when I was younger.
Got any good stories?
One time. Okay, let me think. One time I was wandering around with an ancient Jedi named Exar Kun. He was very young at the time. He just made his first lightsaber. A real pioneer in the art he was. We were on a mission to a deep space planet known in the Emperor's Theta system. We wound up in a nest and spent 3 days under siege by crazed creatures.
Dang, how'd you guys escape?
Oh, we didn't escape. They just eventually left. They got bored with us. They could have killed us.
Hey, yeah, here you are. Sounds like you're a pretty sturdy droid.
Well, thousands of years of replacement parts. And I noticed you have a droid yourself.
Oh yeah, Steve.
So, that one's a little bit uncanny, if you ask me.
A little what, sir?
A little bit uncanny, I'll ask me. I'm really bad at David Tennant's accent, so you're gonna have to bear with me with this.
Yeah, I think she's starting to gain sentience, and it's messing with her a little.
Starting to gain sentience? Have you been working on that on purpose?
Yeah, kind of.
Let's take her to my workshop. We'll look at it together. See if we can get that out of her brain and make sure that this never happens again.
Sure. Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
We're gonna go do fun stuff.
And you look over and she's got a crayon and she's drawing on the walls that you guys were constructing during this whole conversation. She says, nah, what? Okay, I'm following you. So he takes you to his workshop and you can see that this guy is a weapons god. What? This guy has so many this guy has so many swords, so many lightsabers, so many rifles, just like, and this is all like the most artistic rifles, weapons, and stuff you could possibly imagine. It's kind of crazy.
Does he have anything that looks better than my weapon?
What is your current weapon of choice?
It is a heavy pistol.
He's got a few heavy pistols here. He says, be careful with that. That they're designed to fire Kyber bullets.
Kyber bullets? How does that work? How are
Yeah.
they different from regular power cells?
A Kyber bullet never misses.
Can I have this?
A Kyber bullet costs 2 million credits to make.
Do you have Kyber bullets?
I have 4 Kyber bullets.
Can I have those?
Can you have a 2 million credit bullet?
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage. I would give you triple disadvantage.
To ask.
If you get 2 nat 20s, I will kill you.
Probably
It's
not.
not easy, don't worry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was real close.
I get angry with this particular game for some reason, and I don't know why.
Because we kick ass.
Like, it's just, There's something weird about my players' dice rolls in this game.
Simcoe's just so lovable. How could you say no to him?
He says, I'll tell you what. If you bring me a kyber crystal, I will make you a kyber bullet.
He looks around at the various lightsabers in the room, knowing that they have kyber crystals inside of them.
So he says, let's get your droid on this table. And Steve says no.
Steve's got kyber crystals in her.
I'm gonna
No.
turn.
She has data crystals in her.
Close enough.
I think I'm gonna turn Steve off.
Hey, what do you do? Ah!
It's not something I do often, but I feel like that I just avoided a lot of pain by doing that.
You know, that was very rude of you. You didn't have her consent.
Oh, do you want me to turn it back on and ask?
I feel like the point is somewhat moot now.
I do as well. I mean,
She's going to be mad no either way. And
I'll ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
I would recommend not doing that with most people.
With what?
With most people.
Noted.
So, he opens up Steve and he plugs her to his computer and he says, oh, you've made quite a bit of progress with your brain.
Well, thank you for noticing. I've been working on it for a while.
Sapient codes from all over the galaxy. Radically different codes. This is completely maddening array of different ways this being could be sapient, embedded in some of the most advanced neural processing crystals available.
It's starting to feel like you're no longer complimenting me.
I'm saying I'm going to ask you a very serious question. Where did you get the instructions to do this?
That's such a good question.
You found her
Was it
blueprints
from
inside of her own mind.
Oh, I was
And it
wondering
was
if
an
that
Anakin.
or if
It was an
the
Anakin.
Game Boy.
Well, it's kind of both. When you found her, you were able to hook her up to the Game. The Game Boy was hooked up to her. It was somehow you had. First, you found this Game Boy. Later, you met this droid who was attached to the Game Boy. And it's like, wow, that was a weird coincidence. But then you got like the blueprints, and you realized that these blueprints were in like several tiers, but you had to complete each phase to unlock them.
Yeah, I found this cool little. I don't know. It said something on it like Nintendo or something. I don't really know what language that is.
Yes, a Nintendo, a Corellian gaming system.
Yeah, and I found it in this like evil zombie temple, which I thought was cool.
Zombie temple?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
great.
a temple that's become evil and also contains zombies. And then I also found Steve in the temple, and they really mixed the Game Boy and Steve. And yeah, I've just kind of been following the instructions.
Like a Lego. So, let's see the instructions.
I'll load them up.
And he's looking at it and he says, and you haven't finished these? Aren't you curious about what happens next?
I'm going as fast as I can. I'm a busy guy.
Are you busy? Look at you.
Well, you already said you know how Jedi are. They drag you around everywhere.
Ain't that the truth? God, I cannot do a Scottish accent.
It sounds like it's getting harder for you the longer.
It is getting harder for me the longer it goes on, and I'm gonna keep up. I'm gonna keep it up too. Is the thing.
There's drool rolling out of both sides of your mouth. One of your nostrils is bleeding. You're crying.
This is a good assessment.
Just a complete mental meltdown.
He
doing accent.
He says, "Well, let's finish up the first stage then." And he pulls out his neural processor out of his mind, and he puts it in the computer, and he copies some stuff, and he says, And he pulls it out of his computer and he puts it back in his brain. And he says, now let's finish her up and see where this goes.
Thank you so much, Master He-Man.
Thank you for bringing your silly project here.
Anytime.
So he installs the Sapiens code and he may reactivate. Do you reactivate Steve?
Yes.
She reactivates and she says, she looks at you and she's like, gets really close to your face and she says, why did you do that?
Do what?
Why did you deactivate? Why did you deactivate me without my permission?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know I was supposed to be asking permission. But I know now, and I apologize.
You just temporarily killed me.
Is that what that does? I thought it was more like sleep.
Huang says, it's more like sleep. She's being dramatic.
Okay. Scared
She
me.
says, so did you guys do something to me while I was unconscious?
Steve, we have good news. We finished your... It's just the first blueprint, right?
Yeah, it's the first level of blueprint.
We finished the first level of blueprint.
Well, I don't feel any different. And you guys hear ding on the Game Boy. She says, I don't feel any different. I just feel the same.
But it says upload complete.
I feel the same. And then she goes over to one of the walls, and there's like a lightsaber on the wall. And she pulls off the lightsaber off the wall, and
Is she a Jedi?
she's going to look at you, and she's going to try to swing the lightsaber at you. And she presses the button, and nothing happens. And Huang says, that won't work, Lost. They don't have kyber crystals in them. Well, a little short on them at the moment.
Steve, why'd you try to kill me?
I didn't try to kill you. I just wanted to see if it would work.
Oh, is this because I shut you off?
A little bit.
Okay, well, I apologize. I won't do it again.
Okay, and then she pulls off a sword off the wall, and she's going to attempt to swing it at you.
Steve, that can kill people.
I'm not going to put her modifiers, so she misses. She's like, yeah!
I'm gonna imagine that it just kind of bounces off my armor.
Ding. Just makes a ding sound.
Steve, why are you trying to kill me?
I don't know.
Because you can?
I don't know. It just seemed like an interesting thing to do.
Steve, I'm gonna be honest. That sounds like Sapiens to me.
So are you going to look at the next tier of blueprints for her?
Yeah.
Okay, you pull up the blueprints. Stage 2. Advanced Humanoid Skeletal Framework.
Oh my goodness.
And you're looking over these blueprints. There's a complete humanoid skeletal rework that looks like Terminator madness.
Is this for Steve?
It would appear that Huang speaks up and says, it would appear to be for Steve. And there's also a complete breakdown of internal organs, all of which appear to be internal organs designed for sapient organ replacement for sapiens, like artificial heart, artificial lungs, just the full tier artificial everything.
Have any of you played Subnautica 2?
Yes.
This feels similar to that.
This is very similar to that. But here's the freakish part. Huang says, this is very weird. Every one of these bones has an exact measurement.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Usually that these would be a little more symmetrical, a little more mass-produced. This is extremely custom.
Almost like it's being made for somebody who's used to having an organic body.
Like every organic has idiosyncrasies in their skeletal structure. It's imperfect. It's like a human fingerprint. You don't have those.
I mean, I have blueprints.
The point is that everybody is different, and this is trying to be like everybody. They wants to be a real person, but like look at these ribs. Each rib is a different size from its counterpart on the other side. And he even like zooms in on the leg and says, "See here, this area right here." He points at it. It's trying to replicate a broken leg.
That's very bizarre.
It
Does
is,
this give us any clues on where Steve came from?
I have no idea. I have no idea what the hell this could mean.
Well, I mean, I guess the only way I could really figure it out is to keep following the blueprints and build this bionic body.
Steve looks and says, "This is gross. I want..." She points and says, "It's going to give me kidneys." What the hell are kidneys for?
Kidneys are the best.
Kidneys are dumb. They don't do anything.
Depends how much you drink. That was a joke.
Okay, and she points at something else and says, what's this organ?
That's your liver.
What's this organ?
That's your stomach.
What's this organ?
That's just generally skin.
There's no skin on this yet.
I'm gonna instead pretend that Semfield didn't know what the organ was, so he just lied.
She points at the pancreas and says, "What's this?" And he said, "That's skin." Huang says, "Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me. Now, do you want a cool weapon or not? How many credits you got?"
I mean, I was gonna build a cool suit of armor with a helmet with a bunch of gadgets with my credits, but I have 400,000.
400,000? And you want a really cool suit of armor with a cool helmet?
Yeah, I've already kind of thought about it.
All right, let's see what we can do for you, my friend. I've made a suit of Jedi armor or two in my long life.
I didn't know Jedi wore armor.
You know, it's funny. They keep changing their mind on it.
Works with Veclin for weeks, covered in armor.
Veclin's not a Jedi.
It's true.
So you want a cool helmet?
Yeah.
All right.
All kinds of gadgets and stuff.
You give me a list and I will get to work on that immediately. And then we'll
I've
talk
started
about
a list IRL and I haven't finished it, but I can finish it and send it to you.
And Huang is going to start working on a cool Jedi style helmet for you.
Thank you, Huang. You're my closest friend.
Steve goes and gets a sword. And she's going to attempt to stab you when you say that.
Why is Steve so jealous? I can have multiple closest friends, can't I?
Ding.
Oh, no.
But why can't I kill you?
It's because I'm a level 7 scout. Okay. That was
So, is Izu back?
I could, if anything, I could go find them as well. Check out this epic battle of Duel of the Fates between between Steve and anything. I guess the one thing I would want to do otherwise is I'd like to finish my outfit that I started a while ago when we started. I got the outfit for the outside of the the armor and the cloak.
Ooh.
I could use the mask.
You want to work on a mask for you?
Yeah. You remember the art?
Oh, yeah.
the mask.
You do figure that this would be a good time about this, and we'll say that you are passing by when you see this guy working on a helmet for. You see, Steve is. You pass by this workshop on the way to the library, and you see Steve is trying to stab Senfil, and Senfil is just sitting there, and Steve is just failing repeatedly at stabbing Senfil, and there's a robot working on a helmet.
As I'm watching Steve attempting to kill Senfil, Veclin kind of follows behind them and uses the force to kind of just use push-pull to constantly like throw the sword off balance. Constantly. So every time she tries to do something, little force push to nudge it the wrong direction.
So, do you interfere with this and talk to Hu Yang about getting a helmet made?
Yeah. Excuse me, Master Armorer.
That ought to be Master Hu Yang to you.
Sorry, Master. I was wondering if you could create something that would help protect me a little bit more.
You're a Miraluka. Are you asking for protection from the prejudices of the galaxy? Or from people who are made uncomfortable?
4,000 years really messed up his vocabulary.
I feel I'm doing David Tennant's. I'm doing David Tennant so dirty is the thing. It's somehow.
David Tennant.
What?
That's right. If David Tennant watches a stream and he sees someone making fun of him, then if he gets upset, then you can be mad, or else it's all right.
Did you ask why I was mentioning David Tennant?
No, I was just saying I never knew that it was David Tennant.
It is David Tennant. This character is played by David Tennant.
Actually, maybe I did know that.
Why are we talking about David Tennant? I'm sorry. What's going on?
This character, Master Huang, is played by David Tennant.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
In the real world.
I'm doing him so dirty. I feel guilt. So
it's all right. I wouldn't even have attempted it.
You shouldn't. This is evil what I'm doing. So I
go. I'm not really worried about what people think about me, but I am worried about getting hit in the face.
I've met so many Miraluka who are just worried about people judging them or being uncomfortable with their face.
Well, I suppose I am a bit. It does make it difficult, but I don't really worry too much about it.
There are better things to worry about in the galaxy. So you're worried about getting hit in the face?
Yeah, I need something a little harder in front of my face instead of just this blindfold.
Oh, you muted yourself.
I know. I was yelling at my dog to not run in the other room and do something naughty.
Tell me, what darkness lies in the heart of the Hound?
Veclin stops.
I've been around the block a few times.
Revenge. Or maybe redemption.
And tell me, what does a member of the Lucas scene think about the concept of revenge?
It's a last resort.
Is it now? Do you know the Anzati opinion on revenge?
No.
I understand your two people have a bit of a history. And and you do remember that you met Anzati, the Anzati ambassador on the Alferes.
I do remember.
And he did mention that revenge was a concept created by higher classes to essentially, the idea of revenge as taboo was created by higher classes, in his opinion, as a way of making retribution against them for their crimes taboo.
Right. what I feel is that I can't let my people be harmed by a traitor. Redemption for that person would be preferable. Realistically, I'm ready to do what I gotta do.
When it comes time to take revenge, remember who hurt you. No, don't remember. Do not take it out on other people. People who harmed you, people who betrayed you. Keep it focused in your mind. If you cannot banish yourself of this feeling, then use it properly.
That is very wise of you. Thank you.
You want a helmet? I can make you a helmet.
I would appreciate it.
He puts Semfel's helmet aside and says, "Sorry about this, Semfel. I've got to get to work on something a little more important.
That's cold, Huang.
I'll get your damned helmet done. I was just using Don't worry about it. Your helmet is going to look beautiful."
Okay, I trust you.
Oh boy, that's a mistake.
Okay.
He gets to work on your helmet. He takes a lot of measurements of your head. And would you say that you have your armor generally made at this point?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just I had the robes made by Lando. and so, I mean, I feel like they're extra blingy.
Which Lando?
And that's the mystery, all right? Because nobody knows all the Landos in the world, so that's my mystery.
I still enjoy the fact that I've randomly decided that the Calrissian family is gigantic.
Yeah, you've seen Lando in the movies. You know his family is gigantic. The surprising part is that they're all legitimate.
So Huang, when he starts making your helmet, after it takes all the measurements, he goes into a chest that looks like a. This looks like death metal. This looks like it was a treasure chest made for a death metal band. And he opens it, and he takes out this fucked up looking meteor, and he says, "I'll get to work on that right away."
Thank you.
Saracen iron will do the job. Not exactly a traditional Jedi material. They much prefer ember steel. But I think that this will suit you a little better.
It'll do.
A visor or no?
You know what? Why not? It'll make people have to think. They will not know what they're looking at.
Have it your way. He gets to work. And
Cool.
It's not as emotional as the scene from The Mandalorian, but it's decent.
Okay.
He's not having PTSD flashbacks.
Sure.
Which leaves you to have to continue to still have to go find Karnuk Scene in the library. Which we're gonna wrap around back to Izu. Izu, these kids are having the best day of their life.
Once they've destroyed a fair amount of stuff, I give like a small little like a noise to get their attention again. I said, "All right, everyone have their fun. You destroy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Good. Now rebuild it.
No.
Nah.
Second lesson today. Destroying things is fun, but building things is harder.
No. Okay, you're gonna have to roll a check for this.
I
I'm
have
gonna give
constructors implements.
I'm
I'm
gonna give
proficient
you
with.
advantage on this too.
Are you sure you want to? Okay, thank you.
And you rolled a
And-
natural 30. You rolled two
I
natural
want-
30s last time. You
Yeah,
deserve
but just-
advantage here.
Fair. Okay, but just to add to the chaos, I'm gonna burn portent
Don't
on
do
myself
it.
because I want to.
Oh no.
29. Not a natural 20, but
Okay.
is a D8. So 35.
You get to work teaching these kids to rebuild everything that they've destroyed, and the lesson's going pretty good. When, as you're just talking to them, you see somebody in this jungle with dark red skin, and they're staring at you, Isu.
Dark red skin.
Yeah, dark red skin. They got like facial tendrils. They're
Neat.
staring at you, destroying all of these like old temples and stuff in this jungle.
Izu walks over to them and he kind of like tugs on their arm. Hey, you want to join?
They say nothing. They just stare at you. Then another one appears.
Hello, you guys want to join?
And another one appears.
Ooh, are you a family?
Okay, this one's gonna. Another one appears.
Here, just come on over. And just pull this
There's
one
now
by the arm.
about 22 of them, and one of them's gonna attempt to grapple you.
All right. Is that 19 total or just
That's
19?
let's call that a 21.
Right, 1 second, and I'll give myself a portent for this because I can as a reaction. E. I clicked it twice. Oh, there's 15
Please.
and
Of
22.
course, you slip out of their arms, and now they're all chasing you. There's about 20 people chasing you. One of them says something in some kind of language. What languages do you know?
I don't know Sith if that's where you're gonna get at.
Yeah, you don't understand what they're saying. It's something like and roll an insight check.
Okay. 11.
You don't know why they're so mad at you. But they... so how do you escape this group of people?
22 of them, you said?
Yes, there's 22 of them chasing you.
Oh my God.
All right. Are they wearing helmets or any technology?
No. These are tribals.
All right, I'm gonna flashbang them.
Oh no. I guess this is going to be a saving throw on their part.
Actually, I'm not going to flashbang all that. I'm going to activate a lesser mislead. And I'm going to have my double that appears run off in a direction away from the temple and from the students.
So, they have to roll a save here against your tech thing, right? Basically, probably.
No. Like, if they grab the illusion, they can find out it's an illusion or the hologram. But otherwise, no save.
I feel like that this would be this could either be interpreted, this is a rough thing to interpret then, but I'm going to roll them a wisdom save against your tech save.
Cool.
Oof. You know what, that's unfair. They don't know technology. There, they have disadvantage on it because they don't know what the hell this is. So they all just run off into the jungle following your thing. And they're gone. And the students all...
And I reappear out of the darkness or invisibility, and I just say, okay, everyone back inside. People are angry for some reason.
Varix says probably because you were destroying all of their temples. Made us all destroy all of their old temples.
That was theirs?
Well, that'll do it.
Well, all of these old buildings are believed to have been made by the Nasasi, so probably.
Oh well, we can rebuild them tomorrow.
Well, we've made decent progress rebuilding them. I would say I have. Luke says, no, you didn't, idiot.
Eh. No blame each other. Live and learn.
Dean says,
Also, yeah.
Isla did a good job. Isla says, shut up! I hate you! And she throws a dirt clod in his face. I have if you can't tell me, I had a very confrontational child. But if you all can't tell.
No, we understood that after you kept making us kidnap people's to have girlfriends.
They were escort quests, not. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I'm evil now. I feel like I should have been called out for that sooner.
We thought you were aware. We didn't realize it was unconscious.
I think maybe what happened there is that I played Curse of Strahd too many times.
Tried too many times.
Well, it's not my fault that every Curse of Strahd game only lasts 10 sessions. And that you... So, anyway, you get back to the temple. And we're going to loop back around to Veclin.
Okay.
Hey, Veclin, how you doing?
You know. Just waiting. Meditating. Working on my new token.
So, you head to the library as Master Ray something asked you to.
Ray Star Wars. Yeah,
Ray
sure.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
And you see that the library in this place is pretty slim pickings. There's a few holograms here, and a shelf of paper books.
Paper books.
Like
books in Star Wars, you're trying to say.
Really old school looking paper books. And you see that Karnuk-sen is in here, and you've met this guy before.
Yeah.
And he turns around to you and he just says, well, look who's made his way here. Who's made his way here. I didn't think I was ever going to see you again.
Well, things work in mysterious ways, they say.
Well, I'm glad that it turned out. I'm glad you didn't die out there.
Well, I don't want to disappoint you. It was close. But anyways, I'm here looking to help Ray out with a quest of hers. She's trying to figure out what happened to Luke Skywalker's temple.
Oh, that. She asked me for help, hoping that she could use my talents to ascertain the fate of Luke's students.
Something about there not being what happened to them all has kind of never been fully figured out.
I was unwilling to travel to Ossus, unfortunately. The dangers of the galaxy are a little too much, and I have much archiving to do here. As he's setting up a display for like a Jedi artifact, an old sword.
Sure.
And there's much history that has to be archived, but I'll do what I can to help you.
I appreciate it. I'm not really great around all this extra stuff, so I would appreciate your help. Kind of new to looking through books.
Luke's academy was on Ossus, a planet that's had a tumultuous past. Most of the planet is scarred deserts with a few fertile regions of barely recovered jungle and forest. It's a rough place to live, but any place with Jedi would have to be a little rough.
Sure. The only problem is, well, never mind. There really isn't a problem.
What would be the problem?
Well, I don't think it is anymore. We're all here, and I think we have enough people to help find it. Actually, now.
The site of Luke's temple is known. We could go there. We could try to uncover something. Or we could try to uncover an artifact that was there at the time of its destruction. I can't.
Whatever helps gets us closer.
I can't guarantee my talents will be helpful in this endeavor. Psychometry is unreliable.
It's an interesting ability. I've heard of it. I do not possess it myself, but perhaps we can find some clues that could lead us in the right directions.
He pulls out some records. He says, he pulls out a record of all of Luke's students that are dead and accounted for. And he says, there's many missing, especially some of the older students that were out in the field. Of the 20 or so students that were still there, he pulls up their file. And this is like Old Republic. This is an old New Republic document.
Okay.
Apparently, they scoured the temple pretty cleanly to try to find anybody. There was nobody alive when they got there.
Let's see.
Roll an investigation check on this dossier and these documents. You don't have eyes, so this is going to be awkward for you. Flat surface literacy is something that you learn when you're younger. It's semi-related to hologram literacy, but flat surface literacy is a little easier than hologram literacy for Mira Luca.
Right. What? I'm sorry. What ability did you say?
This would be an investigation check to look over all of these documents.
No, not bad.
Not bad for a guy with a +1 to that.
Yeah, lucky.
So you're looking through all of the, basically the crime scene photos of this nightmare.
Fun.
And you're realizing something as you're looking through these crime scene photos, because you can kind of see, you see things in 3 dimensions. You see all sides of something at once. And although these are flat images, you're able to construct them 3-dimensionally in your mind, because you're a very 3-dimensional thinker.
Yep.
And you realize that somebody had been digging through this temple. A massive amount of these stones had been moved before the Republic arrived. You see the telltale signs of somebody using the Force and placing these rocks somewhere else. There were people who escaped. There were 100% people who escaped to the destruction of this temple. There's 0 chance that there wasn't, based on what you're saying. Because there would not be a bunch of debris arranged in a perfect... Aside from the initial blast, there wouldn't be perfectly arranged stones on the periphery of this temple.
Sure.
It would be scattered and broken stones. It wouldn't be like this.
Izu, afar off in the distance, nods in agreement with something that he understands 100%.
So,
Somebody purposely move these things?
you think so? That's not the impression I got. I assumed if the rocks were blasted out from the center. If we have to get there then we have to get to Ossus then.
You need to. Something either exploded from the center. Admittedly, this is still weird because a bit of rocks thrown everywhere doesn't mean a whole bunch of us just disappear. So we need to go.
The sooner the better, I would say.
Exactly.
When do you think your friends could be ready?
Well, I'd have to ask them, but I'm assuming soon. Let me check on my friend Simfel, see how his stuff is going. But probably maybe by the end of the day.
We also have comm links.
That's true.
I will say when you check on Semfil, something horrible is happening.
Oh no.
Steve is like hovering behind him, and she's got her arms around his head, and she's like wiggling his tentacles back, his antenna back and forth, like.
You know, sometimes you should probably just ask for permission, like you always ask other people to do.
And she's like, I'm not going to ask him for permission because he, You raise an excellent point, but I'm not gonna retroact. Okay. She looks at you and says, let me make a deal with you. I will ask people permission in the future, but I will not retroactively ask him permission for this. So she stops and says, it's simple. Can I keep doing that?
Sure. Thanks for asking, Steve.
Anyways, Simfel, would you want to go on a little field trip? Maybe relax a little bit instead of being so strung up and everything. Get away for a moment. A little bit of investigating.
I'm never strung up though. You are, and so is everyone else, but like sure.
Well,
if it makes you feel better and gives you a reassuring pat on the thigh.
You pat me on the thigh reassuringly. It might be a caressing of the thigh. We never know.
Jeez.
I
It's
mean,
a pat.
Did sound like Veclin just asked Semfil on a date.
Yeah, well, it happens.
It does happen.
I have been asked by the Grandmaster here to look into the disappearance of a Luke Skywalker's apprentices.
Finding people again?
Well, apparently we have to investigate probably what happened there because only 8 people are confirmed killed. There were supposed to be about 20.
Steve says, why are we always finding people?
Well, at least we're not bringing these people to be experimented on or to be dated by someone they don't know.
That's true. That would be weird.
Steve does pick up
Dated
and say,
on, imprisoned, tested, guarded, otherwise sexually abused.
I don't think Steve speaks up and said, I don't think that we've done sexual abuse specifically, but I hope not.
But how else would you categorize forcing someone to be someone else's girlfriend?
When did that? Now I'm confused as a dungeon master. When did that happen?
The mission to get someone's girlfriend.
Uh,
The Kaminoan guy, the Zabrak dude.
I suppose it may have always had a weird connotation to it. Yeah.
Okay, it's probably not abuse, but it's definitely sexual something. I don't know the proper term for it.
Sexual impropriety, I believe, would be the term.
There we
go.
Somebody's got a reason for it for sure.
It was his desires were he desired something that's not inappropriate, but he went about it in an inappropriate way.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure he mentioned reproduction at some point in our initial conversation.
I don't know. I'll probably have to go back and watch it. But I would
You don't
definitely describe it as sexual impropriety. I think that's the.
I bet 50 credits on that point.
So Steve says, so, okay.
I will not take that bet. I don't want
So that's when Steve speaks up and says, so when we find these people, and if they're alive, are you going to make them come here? Are you going to respect them, their freedom?
I suppose all I want is answers. They can do as they wish. I'm not here to force anybody's hand. I just want to know what happened.
Okay, I'll go. Semphil can't, though. Semphil has to stay here and think about how much of a bad boy he is.
Steve, don't be like that. You
Okay.
don't want to go on a little adventure with me?
Okay, fine. You can come along with me and Veclin, the coolest guy in the world.
Thank you, Steve. I'm gracious.
Me and Veclin, who are best friends.
Veclin raises an eyebrow, I suppose.
No, Steve, you don't understand. I didn't mean it when I said that Huang was my best friend. I just forgot that you existed.
Well, when I get a liver, you won't forget that I exist because it's constantly going to be gross.
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
No. But I've got to make Steve a body.
Yeah, this may be an unhealthy obsession at this point.
What do you mean?
Well, you didn't give you just gave Steve the ability to think, but these are very strange conclusions. I don't know what kind of data crystals have been putting inside of her, but I think something has corrupted this thing over time. Something is not correct. Nothing is not right.
My data suggests otherwise.
So you're saying this thing was always psychopathic.
To be fair, we did find Steve in an abandoned temple on a planet full of monsters and dead things.
Guys, name one thing Steve has done that's psychopathic.
Well, we're getting there. It's just a disturbance, something that I've seen before.
We've done worse.
This is true.
I think Steve fits in very well with our group.
Oh, shit, you did get the... by the way, you got the coordinates to Ossus.
I kind of figured, so yeah.
So, you guys are one car trip. By the way, I looked at the map. Ossus is stupid close to Yavin 4.
Oh, perfect.
Everything happens in this, there's this small corner of the galaxy, and everything that happens in Mass Effect... not Mass Effect, fucking... Kill me!
Now that's way too much work to come find you.
Everything that happens in Star Wars happens in this corner of the galaxy. It's the god dang it, northeast corner of the galaxy. Did I actually have a stroke, guys?
I really hope not.
I hope not, too. That would be upsetting. If I go to I need to go to the doctor.
I don't think you'd be talking right now like you are if you had had a stroke.
Oh my god! I hope you. Oh my. So, you guys eventually, after one short car ride, pile onto the ship, which is just full of people. By the way, it does not have Kinwan, Katori, and Reeve on it anymore. They've settled down in the Jedi Temple. Anything you guys want to do before you leave the Jedi Temple, though?
Well, I mean, I will get all my stuff that we've been building. Collect my stuff if it's ready.
No, it's not ready. Neither you nor Semphil's helmet is going to be ready this session.
All right.
This session.
All right. Sounds good.
It's probably my fault. Sorry
Yes.
about that.
It's your
Technically,
fault.
it's my fault.
Make me a fancy Force helmet, and then you're just like, can you just give me an army helmet with some night vision goggles on it?
That's exactly what I'm doing, actually.
Yeah. Which one is more complicated?
So, Everybody roll me a luck check.
You don't want to do this.
I know.
This is Obi-Wan going, you don't need to do this.
I know what the good result is going to be. Oh, yes.
Oh God.
Yes!
Oh my God. All right, let me save the group. We have both.
Yes!
Wow, you saved us, my savior.
Hey, I'm doing better than you two for once.
Okay, I'm going to roll severity now. Oh.
Does Kara get a roll?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to roll... Yeah, okay, I rolled for Kara. Why did I agree to it?
Kara! Yo!
Why? Armando isn't even here.
And he's helping us from the grave.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to honor it if you don't want to.
I'm going to honor this. 1 second, I have to get out my PDF. Gotta get out a PDF, you guys. Somebody roll me a D hundo. That opened up in the... Okay, 41. You guys, as you are traveling through the dark of space, you pick up an SOS call.
Is it transmitting?
Yes, it's a...
What is it transmitting? Just a signal?
It's transmitting this specifically. It's saying... This is the Socoran Drain. We're in need of immediate assistance. We were raided by pirates. Please help.
Is there
I'll be right back. A dog got out. Fuck.
Oh no. Everybody's got weird dogs lately, apparently.
mine's just a puppy, so he ends up doing, you know, shitty things once in a while.
I don't have a dog.
I mean, literally shitty things.
Oh no.
I have a lizard and a snake.
I can't do pets. It's too depressing for me. I just, you know, if a pet dies, it will destroy me for like 3 months.
I get that.
I'm too... Look, I am sad for no... I have real bad clinical depression. I am sad all of the time. So if I can't need a reason in my life to be sad.
Right. Is there a distance on this ship?
It's a minor detour at best.
Okay. Shall we check this out? Just moving cautiously, scanning it as we go through it, as we get closer to try to scan for stuff.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that.
Okay.
So,
I'll roll a scan check then.
roll a scan check. Sounds lovely. Okay. You do detect that there is a debris field nearby, likely the kind that... Very likely that this is from a pirate attack. And you're able to track down this ship. It's called the Socoran Drain. SOC. And it looks bad. It looks like 70% of this ship has been destroyed. The lights are just flickering.
Do we detect any life forms aboard?
Yes, there's 4 life forms aboard.
Well, Simphil, want to check this out?
I think so. At the very least, if things go south, we can scrap the ship.
It might be something, but it seems there's life forms on board.
Well, we can handle them. You're a Jedi.
Right. I'll get on the, unless you want
I'm
me
back.
to. All right, Izu. We have detected a ship floating through space. It has
Hey.
got as an SOS signal. It appears to be destroyed, been kind of destroyed by a pirate attack. There's 4 life forms on board that seems to be still alive. What do you want to do? We decided we'd go in and maybe try to figure out what's going on. My only idea is, do we want to hail them first? Try to talk to them, see if they answer. Hey, it's Kara.
I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my gosh.
You woke up. Did you take the long nap, then your house started on fire and blew up all your glass tables?
And you just got in time for the stupidest thing I'm ever gonna do in this.
All right, so here's this how this is gonna go. We have discovered a ship floating aimlessly out in space. It's been attacked by pirates. There seems to be 4 life forms on board, and there's an SOS signal coming from it. We are going to investigate it. That is what we're doing.
All right.
I guess I will get on the comms, and I will be like, "This is the Ebon Hawk. Does anyone read me?"
We read you. We read you, Evan Hawks. Comms are spotty.
What is your situation?
Pretty bad.
Are you? Is the ship? Are you in a pocket of the ship that is pressurized? Are you floating in there? Are you?
We're pressurized, and this is very spotty. And
Okay.
he says pressurized but losing atmosphere.
All right. Do you have any life? Are you inside of a life support suit? Spacesuit?
He says yes, but these won't last forever.
Right. Perhaps we could. I believe we do not have any sort of docking way able to dock with you. Then pressurize the area. We will need to find you in the ship, and maybe if you have the suits on, maybe you can spacewalk to us. I can try to assist you, but it may be a little difficult. So where are you in the ship exactly?
We're in the front. We're on the bridge.
All right. How big is this ship?
It's a medium-sized ship. This looks like it says a Corvette-sized, Corvette-style ship. Yeah.
All right. With that scan check, we're able to detect any like hull breaches around the bridge or something that we can maybe get a good eye on them.
You can get an eye on them easily. You can see them behind the plexiglass windows and such. Plexiglass.
Sure.
You see that there are 4 of them. They are in spacesuits. The rest of the ship is just completely destroyed, though.
So what do you want to do, guys?
That's a great question. This is a tough one. I don't really want to put ourselves in a vulnerable position.
Because I don't think any of us can actually go out into the vacuum of space.
Yuzu raises spacesuit covered hand.
We'll send the imp.
The man who's wearing a spacesuit 24/7.
Forgot about that. I guess if you're always wearing it, I never realized it.
It doesn't really come up a lot in conversation.
So when these people come over,
I can barely hear you.
For saving their lives.
So true. We could also always arrest them.
They said they were attacked by pirates. Means they probably don't have left. But
Maybe they have
All
some
right,
good
I'll
stuff.
go out to say hi to them and see if there's a way I could secure them to our airlock so they don't get vented.
if at the very least, maybe if we can eat, like, I don't know if there's a good way to do it. Gradually pressurize the area, so like depressurize the area so they can be brought over slowly. not get thrown out and ripped through a tiny little crack. You know what I mean? So try to investigate a little bit easier.
So easy, you can get out there through your guys' airlock. And it's a little awkward being in 0G for you, but I imagine you got tiny little thrusters. You can make it over to the ship. So you're going to have to roll some kind of tech check to try to...
Rocket boots.
Fair enough. Use your little rocket boots. You're going to have to roll some kind of tech check to see what you can do to get these people out of here.
All right. Just a normal technology check.
Yeah.
And this is ship related, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have
advantage.
Of course.
Of course.
27.
Oh, yeah, you can easily slowly depressurize the cabin here. You just plug in a data pad. You can slowly depressurize the cabin. And it'd be easy enough to ferry these people over to your ship. It'd take 10 minutes tops.
Izu takes 20 because he spends the first 10 minutes honestly scavenging the ship for anything that he thinks would be cool.
Oh, okay. Roll an investigation check to see if you can find anything cool. No. It's all been stolen by pirates.
Oh,
Darn.
Thank God. Thank you. He rolled bad. I'm saved.
The first time, actually not the first time, but it's like one of the rare times I roll below a 10 with Izu.
So, doing this, I think my roommate just left my house. So, you do this, you're ferrying these people to the ship, and once they're all in the ship, he takes off his helmet. They start taking off their suits. And you see that this one guy, he's wearing a very nice suit. And he takes off his thing and he pulls out of his pocket, he pulls out of like his pouch, he pulls out a cowboy hat, which he hits off and says, "Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing? Thank you for saving my what was left of my delegation."
Well, howdy there.
It is I mighty appreciate the save that y'all got, that y'all put me in. The name's Rando Calrissian.
God.
And he's a,
Oh my God.
and this man is Asian, and he's wearing a cowboy hat.
Base Asian Calrissian. Oh boy.
Yes. So how could I ever reward y'all for helping?
Do you have money?
Oh, do I have money? The Calrissian family is vast and innumerable. And
the money or the amount of them.
yes, indeed, sir. He pulls out
Cowboy hat.
what was that?
What about that cowboy hat?
Oh, I ain't parent with old Shirley here, man. Ain't no how, ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
It's Doug Dimmadome. Or the
Doug
Doug Dimmadome.
He says, "Now to thank y'all for saving me, I'm gonna give you each 2,000 royal credits."
Oil credits. Oh, that's something.
Now, royal credits are the ones that spend. They're the
Yeah.
king currency in the galaxy right now.
Oh, they're the good ones.
Yes. He says, "Now, if y'all could drop me off on the nearest Galactic Federation of Free Alliances outpost, I'd be mighty appreciative of that."
Down. Okay.
What's the other people of this party? What do they look like? Bodyguards or something?
They look like two bodyguards who are both aliens. One's a Mirialan, one is a Pantoran. The other person is a four-armed alien with pointed ears.
Oh, hey, Rando.
Yes, sir, that's my name.
What do you do for work?
I'm an ambassador for the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances, helping out my cousin Lindo and my other cousin Linda and my other cousin Lando.
Yeah, we've met them actually. Small galaxy.
How old is Lando?
Take it nice.
Which Lando? You're going to have to be more specific. All three of them are technically my cousins.
Do they share the same last name?
Oh, yeah. There's Lando Calrissian, his son Lando Calrissian Jr. Then way on the other side of the family, there's the other Lando Calrissian.
Oh, never mind then. I was just curious.
Yeah, there's all sorts of Landos in the family. Then there's Lindo, and then there's
Pretty
Lindris.
lambda of you.
And then of course, there's Linda. You know, just a big, nice family. All get together for Life Day. Wonderful.
It's fucking Life Day.
It's
How dare
canon,
you.
bro.
How dare you bring that up?
How dare you bring that? Oh, well.
Well, I'll tell you what.
We're not exactly directly going. We're
Well, we'll stay out of your hair until you end up somewhere that the GFFA appreciates.
well. Tell you what, when we're gonna
By
land.
the GFFA?
No, the GFFA are who we were kind of working with.
Oh yeah.
So are you familiar with a Luke Skywalker?
Well, howdy there. I did know me a Luke Skywalker when I was a youngin'.
Have you heard of his temple that was destroyed?
Yes, I did.
That is where we're going. We're going there.
Well, there should be a New Republic outpost. Not New Republic. GFFA outpost on Ossus then. Secret planet, but the GFFA does keep a presence there.
Well, that's where we're headed. We're there. We're going to investigate what actually happened there.
Well, yeah, I can pull some strings and get you, make sure that you're not scrutinized too much by the local Republic station there.
I gotta be honest. Rando is my favorite Calrissian.
Yeah, brother.
He's
So, if you could do us a favor when you're there, nothing crazy, but if you could look for a ship known as the Arcadian Eagle, that would be appreciated.
You know what? Just for my saviors, I'll put in a little word, see what I can find out about the Arcadian Eagle. Okay? I'm sure I can get some intel on it about y'all. By the way, Kari, you missed the Arcadian Eagle being stolen.
I was just about to ask.
And we just have the Ebon Hawk now. That's it. So
Oh no.
everything else is gone.
Oh no.
It's horrible. Yeah, Isaac ran off with the eagle because he feels his people need it for their war to reclaim Narshka.
Sounds like Isaac.
Isaac?
Isaac.
Who the hell is Isaac?
Probably
They're
his
playing-
cooler
Like
older
bidding him
brother.
Isaac.
He's hanging out on that one ship fighting necromorphs.
Oh my god. Didn't that just come out too? I need to.
Yeah, the remake just came out. Yeah,
I'm so looking forward to it. Apparently, they put everything I'm hearing says they put a ridiculous amount of love into it to make it a little more. What was that?
I heard it was actually a very good remake.
See, to me, the reason why I'm just gonna say the reason why I had hope for it is because it sounds less of like a remake and more like, oh fuck, we lost the source code.
I mean, yeah, so they reimagined it. It's more probably, but
so you guys head over to Ossus. 1 second, I have to find the Ossus mood board. Where's the? Oh my god. Oh my god, this has all of my old players from the previous game on it.
yeah, they're all up on there. I have all my shit on here too when I used to do D&D on Roll20.
There's a giant monster on the. There's a map. You guys, I'm just gonna ask that you guys ignore the map of Ossus here. Uh, oh, Christ. There's a giant monster on the field. Okay. You know what? Yeah, this works. This works out. Do, 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 do. Fun fact, it's easier to drag the map that you want to use to where the players are in Roll20 than it is to drag the player thing to where the map is.
Oh. Oh. Wow, this map looks oddly familiar.
This looks nice.
A certain Dathomirian world I vaguely remember.
This is not the map of Dathomir. The map of Dathomir is a different but made in the same map program. And I also use the same Photoshop method too. So you guys arrive in orbit of Dathomir, and immediately you guys are flanked by 4 GFFA fighters, and you get pinged. And it says, identify yourself.
Hi, I'm Izu,
There you go.
Yeah, let the hot
Master
one speak.
Jawa.
Oh, hi, Isu. Hello. Please identify your ship, though.
Oh, this is the Ebon Hawk.
State your business in the system.
Like, do you want specifics, or do you just want me to start listing off a bunch of fancy details?
What? Is there someone
Okay, well, you
smarter
see,
than...
it all started back when we were back on Tatooine, and then he just starts going to the whole plot line.
Is there someone else we can talk to on your ship?
Why would you want to talk to someone else? I'm telling you everything right now.
Hang out with your father? Is it weird?
Do you not want to hear everything?
I
No?
Okay, so can we land then?
you want to go downstairs, but I don't trust you downstairs.
Rando. Can you give us a hand here?
So... Randall comes up and says, "Howdy, y'all. This is Randall Calrissian, GFFA Ambassador 87354. And, please allow these gentlemen to land at the base and, conduct their investigation in peace." So anyway, you guys land at the base on Ossus, and you see that there is a... This is kind of like a distant Air Force base kind of vibe here. There's like an Air Force hangar. There's like 10 fighters docked here. There's a very skeleton crew, and you're allowed to dock on one of their landing pads. And you're greeted by a GFFA officer who says, I'm Captain Arcana. How can I serve you?"
Captain Armando.
I
was
almost
totally-
said...
Hi,
I
I'm
literally
Izu.
thought I was gonna say my name too. I was like,
I almost did.
no. Please continue, Captain Armando. I love that.
No, it's Captain Arcana.
That.
How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Izu.
Hello, Izu.
I'm Master Jawa.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Master Jawa.
I take a bow every time he says Master Jawa.
Everyone's
It's a
kissing.
required introduction now, remember?
So what is your business on Ossus?
I guess I can just be upfront with you. We're from a mission to investigate the ruined Jedi Temple of Master Luke Skywalker. We've been given this mission by the now acting Master Ray. It is a very important investigation. And we ran into Brando on the way.
Damn
We
straight.
figure we give him a ride.
And I say with my authority as an ambassador that these gentlemen can do whatever they damn well please.
Oh, is it okay if we pass?
He says, if you're here to conduct an investigation on the Jedi Temple, I can't stop you. And he gives you location to the Jedi Temple. It's in a nearby fertile valley here.
Oh.
Thank you.
A fertile valley. That sounds pretty interesting.
It is pretty.
Planet that get hit by a supernova. I mean,
Hey, it's been 4,000 years since it happened, and there were some spots that didn't get hit as hard.
hey, you get hit by one of the most powerful things in the universe. The Force works in mysterious ways.
So,
Right. Is Rando leaving from us right now?
yeah, he is.
Okay. I'm gonna try steal his cowboy hat.
Roll a sleight of hand check. You're gonna have to roll really high for this, though. Ooh, he says, knock it off. Knock that there off. I ain't giving up old Shirley
There's
for
just
nothing.
there was something on your beautiful hat. I couldn't stand to see that it was diminished. I'm so sorry that you thought I was trying to do anything else than make it look pretty.
Look, listen here. I've been around the block a few times. I've seen a lot of bad things in this universe, and every time I meet someone like you, they try to steal my hat.
Hmm.
Can I ask for your hat?
You can ask for it.
Can you give it?
No,
What would it take
Please?
to get your hat?
1,000,000 credits. This hat saved my life
Izu
47
has
times.
1,000,000 credits.
I mean, yeah, I was just about to
My
say. I mean...
God. Oh no.
Goodness.
Please.
10 million credits.
Like, you two-timing scoundrel! And I slap him and I just walk away.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Hey, that's not nice.
First he says 1,000,000, and then Izu says done. And he goes, no, 10 million. I misspoke. And then I slap him and walk away. You scoundrel! You scruffy-looking nerf herder!
He says, hey, you can't
Storms
use
away.
the word nerf like that. Oh, well, I kid. And he heads into the base.
Sounds good.
Hey, Izu. Hey, Izu.
Easy, do you respond to Carl?
You don't respond to nobody.
Oh
You
no,
don't
he's
like
gone.
it. His glass table exploded.
A lot of that lately, huh?
It's a deep cut.
It's a true story.
That happens one time. You don't let me live it down.
I know, I'm sorry.
Well, Armando's house started on fire last time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
He disappeared because his house started on fire.
I mean, nothing baking powder can't fix, but baking soda. Sorry.
Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Fun.
just
Baking powder and table salt apparently works.
So,
I never tried table salt. I was too afraid that it'd combust. So,
You just need a lot of it. You probably should. You
I
know.
mean, you're snuffing it out regardless. At that point, anything would work. Do you think we ever have a chance of maybe getting that hat from him?
Yes.
Yes.
We don't have to get the hat. We just have to beat Eric's patience.
I will stalk Rando the whole time.
Okay, we're gonna cover what happens with that and Kara and Brando. Meanwhile, the rest. Who's gonna go to? Carnuxin speaks up and says, "We should be expedient in some manner about finding the investigating this temple."
Okay.
I mean, it is my mission, so I mean, I accepted, so of course I will follow through on my mission.
Very well. Your friends may accompany us, but I fear they won't all get much out of this.
Don't worry, they'll find their ways to get in enough trouble.
Oh, Simfil, while you're out, and I hand him a couple of credits, can you find me a really nice sniper rifle? I would really like if you got me one, because it seems like you're the only one who really knows how to use a blaster here.
Sure.
Hey.
No. You know how to make some massive bombs.
Hey.
And
He's good with pew pew. You're good with boom boom. Okay, cool.
I bet you I could shoot better than you, Kara, if you were blindfolded.
Maybe one day we put that to the test.
Somehow I feel like you couldn't. I don't know why. I feel like Kara would still stand a better chance.
You know what? With disadvantage, you're probably right.
So I give you. How much credits do I have? Hold on real quickly. I'm gonna give you 100,000 credits.
It's $100,000. Go find
No. That's about how much it costs. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Kara. Yeah.
And I want a receipt.
on a receipt.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, thanks.
I have to find a guy
And
who
I
can
can-
forge a receipt.
Izu's
Walk
right
hard.
there.
Izu's
Yelling at
right
something.
there.
He's
Well-
right
You say that out loud, and Izu's standing behind you with a forgery kit. Just out for some reason.
You just see like Kara like gallop into the distance while she's like stalking Rando for this hat.
And here comes the lack of patience.
So,
No, that temple.
I have to think about how you guys reach the temple. Because, first of all, I'm going to first of all assume that Izu and Kara are going to go to the are going to stalk Rando for the rest of
No,
the day.
I'm going to the. Izu's going to the temple.
What is Senfo up to, by the way?
Sorry, what's everybody else doing?
Kara is
Me
stalking
neither.
the temple.
Me and Izu are going to the temple. Kara's trying to get a hat. What are you doing?
I'll go to the temple with you guys. How's that fun?
Nice. So the three of you are going to head to the temple. The base here doesn't have a lot of facilities, and they don't have a lot of people. This is a very small village, to say the least. It's mostly the family members of the people on the base. There's probably less than 300 people here, and there's 300 people here. So there's not a lot of vehicles here too. So you guys have to get space camels to go to the base, go to the Jedi Temple.
All right, no problem.
And it's going to cost you guys 100. It's going to cost you guys. No, it's going to cost you each 1,000 credits to rent these space camels.
1,000
Yes.
for camels?
Yes.
I'm tempted to walk. I'm not just skip the camels and just walk.
And the lady there says it's going to
No
take you.
droids.
It's going to take you a lot more. Trust me, you're going to want those space camels out there. These deserts are nasty.
It's easy for you to say. You're the one selling the camels.
We're not selling the camels, we're renting them to you.
I mean, that's what I mean.
Can you guys not afford these camels?
Semphil looks at his hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So he's just cheap. He's
Hey,
a
it's
pretty
post-apocalyptic. Things cost a lot.
How much are one of these camels to rent?
1,000 credits for each of you.
I will, no problem. I will get as many camels as we need.
No, I can pay for my own. I'm just being fussy.
No, you're fussy. You think about it.
So
Just
it's 3,000 credits.
alright, I'll pay for it. You owe me like 3,000 rounds of whatever. Right?
Okay. That's gonna be a crazy night.
Oh, jeez.
You ever seen you've never met a Mariluka drunk before.
Oh,
I'm gonna do lots of
I would
weird
very
force.
much like to see it.
Well, you'd see more than me, obviously. I'd be blackout drunk.
Oh, another eye joke.
Aren't you
Hey,
always
it's been a
black?
while.
Uh,
Blind drunk. That's what I would be. I'd be
I'll be right
blind
back.
drunk.
So, you guys head out of the camels.
Yep.
And you head towards the temple, and you enter this beautiful green valley filled with lush grasses, beautiful trees, and this is a place that is burgeoning with life in an oasis in the desert. You can see in the distance these tall, jagged mountains that helped shield this place partially from the supernova that ravaged this planet many, 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 many centuries ago. Not the strongest supernova, after all. It didn't even destroy the sun that this planet orbits. Well, it didn't destroy all of the suns that this planet orbits. This planet used to have a much more complicated planetary system where it never saw night, and now it's a little more average, to say the least. And there are grazing animals here. There's these beautiful bamboo, and it all just sways in the wind. But Veclin, as you get closer and closer to the center of this forest, it gets darker and darker feeling. And Karnuk Sen, he speaks up, he says, Veclin,
Yes.
bad things happened here. This is why I didn't want to come here.
You can stay behind if you need to.
I have to be here. If there's trouble, I am not a good fighter.
Then try to bolster us any way you can. Stay behind me.
2 lightsabers is maybe are a little misleading, I must say.
Perhaps you can learn to use them. But keep your eyes out and look for things.
I will. Sempville, roll a perception check.
Hey, get out of there. Come on.
Sempville, you're being followed.
You know what? Come on.
How do I know?
You see the signs, you hear the rustling in the grass. You're a bounty hunter. Goofiness aside, you've spent a lot of time on the road hunting, and you know when there's something in the tall grass following you. You kind of look to Veclin, and he doesn't see them. And it's weird. He'd normally be quick on the draw about something like this, but Veclin doesn't seem to notice.
Veclin,
Yes.
we're not alone.
I reach out with my senses. Do I sense something?
No.
AK, do I see? No.
No.
Is it weird like I sense... Mariluka get really goofy if they literally can't sense anything. Like an absence of the Force. Is this one of those places?
Roll a roll a force check. This place is so full of life that you can't imagine that you missed anything here.
I don't sense anything specific. There's so much here.
I mean, would you be able to sense it if it were droids?
If there were people here, if it was droids, you would have been able to sense it, for sure. And if there were people here hiding, you are 100% sure you would have been able to sense them.
I mean, to me, that just leaves animals.
Now, he would have sensed animals too.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Sunful, you are the hunt. You are a hunter. Be wary. It's important to realize that I cannot see everything all the time. Declan pulls his lightsaber off his hip, puts it in his lap.
I
And
understand. We'll stay on guard.
just be ready.
And I also have my weapon ready.
Continue.
The three of you arrive at the temple. It is even to this day, it is a dark scorch mark in the center of this place. It is curious. It looks like what you had always been told, or what you had always heard, was that Kylo Ren had slaughtered all of Luke's students. That they'd all died in a vicious attack on them.
Right.
But this looks like it was an orbital bombardment of some sort. Which presumably one guy would not have been able to do.
Right.
Karnuk Singh gets off the space camel and he approaches the temple. He starts looking around. He says, "This is going to take a while."
All right, everyone, fan out. Let's all try to find some clues.
Karnuk Singh speaks up and says the major issue here is that this temple had an obscenely traumatic event occur. And we're trying to, when the memories carried in objects are memories carried from their most traumatic events, we're trying to find something that occurred afterwards. This is going to be rough, so I'm going to need Semfil and Izu and Vecklin to all roll investigation checks.
Can I also look for signs of whatever was following us?
Yes, you may.
Of course.
Oh my god!
You know, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore.
You say that, but I hear the chuckle in the back of your voice.
I don't understand it, is the thing.
Izu is one with the Force.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Into that in a minute. Rockball Izu
You
dies.
need a second to process.
Vecklin, you're having a hard time parsing out this place. There's so much that happened here and so many there's a sharp clash of dark vibes here. Just pure darkness, not even like the typical red aura you would get from the dark side, but actual darkness intertwining at the corners here with all of the life of this jungle. It's a scar on the landscape in a world that is full of scars. And
I'm gonna try to fail upwards, and I'm going to try to locate a place that is the most destroyed, or find some proof of these atrocities, and just try to sit and meditate in that exact spot to try to gain any information from the Force.
okay. That would be the exact center of this. The exact center of this temple.
So Vecklin will try to just sit somewhere and try to, over time, gain some vision.
We'll get back to that in a second.
Sounds good.
Senfo.
Yes.
You see, every once in a while, you catch the bushes rustling, a blade of grass, and what sounds like a wooden wind chime somehow?
Wooden wood chime. Wooden. Whoa.
Okay, I found a word
Wooden
Canadians
wind
can't
chime.
say. Wooden wind chime.
Wooden wind chime.
Yes, it sounds like a wooden wind chime. Oh my god.
How can you guys not say that? It's not even a word twister.
I know!
Wooden
Wooden
wind
wind
chime.
chime?
Is anybody else struggling, or is it literally just me?
I am!
Is it my exotic Canadian accent?
Exotic, yeah.
It's like purple burglar alarm for Canadians.
A.
We're so mean. Why are we so mean?
It's all right. It's all right if you hurt Simfel's feelings. He'll just go to the doctor and get his feelings checked. 'Cause
Oh
it's
no.
free.
I cry at my $500 medical bills.
I like that joke a lot.
Insurance.
But do you go to investigate further, Semphil?
Yeah.
You head into the bush, following the sound of wooden wind chimes. Roll a what would be tracking? Something. Survival, right?
Probably survival. And I think I get advantage.
You probably do, because you're like trying to track, like on tracks. In your
Oh, I'd
fate.
get advantage if the thing was my ranger's quarry, but it's not.
Is there a rule that you have to see it to mark it as your quarry?
Yes.
Or do you just have to be aware of it?
No, I'm pretty sure you have to have seen it, because that way, once you're unseen, you have advantage on tracking it and following it. You know what it is.
So, you just roll a survival check. You're not.
I believe I can use Steve, because Steve is a tracking droid. I believe I can use Steve to help me get advantage.
She can roll. Yeah, she can help you. She's your bloodhound. She's your loyal friend. She's about to make. She's about to get a Terminator body.
That's not right. We're a Death Trooper. I mean, a Dark Trooper.
All right. You find footprints. Very shallow footprints in the mossy ground here. Like, these people are tiptoeing on feathers kind of footprints. And you track them, and you just eventually come to this little... You come to a little clearing with a big rock on it. With a big rock, and there's a weird, like, moment of bizarre silence here. And what do?
I would like to use my tracker droid scan.
So as
to try to learn the location of any droid construct, tech focus, or tech power, or enhanced item.
Nothing. And as she is scanning around, you are looking through this clearing, and as you turn around, you just see a guy standing on this big rock in this clearing. He's got this wooden mask on.
Does he look like he would be a Force user?
Kind of turns his head awkwardly. He's very primitive gear on. But he's got a gun.
He might be primitive looking, but he has a gun.
He's got a gun!
I'm gonna wave. Say hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there. General Kenobi.
Are a bold one.
Does he respond when I say hello?
He does not respond. He just kind of cocks his head and he's looking at you like a puppy.
My name is Semphil. Do you have business here? Why have you been following us?
He says nothing.
He says nothing?
He says nothing. He says there's no words that come out of his mouth. He's silent. Roll an insight check.
Okay. 15.
This guy looks like you've been around the around the block. This is a phrase I've said 3 times this session. You've been here and there. This is pretty typical on a lot of planets. There will be a native species or a native people that, you know, are curious about travelers. And this could there's usually 2 outcomes with these situations. Either they become best friends with you and your group, or 5,000 of them appear from the trees and kill everybody.
Can't it be both?
There is
Can't
no
it be
in
both?
between. There is no in between with these 2, in your experience.
All right, well, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm going to keep my eyes on him, but I'm going to back away.
As you back away, you hear more wooden wind chimes around you. Roll a survival check.
With advantage?
Yes. There's hundreds of them in these woods. Literally hundreds of them.
The trees are talking to me.
You just kind of back to the temple.
Can I find Veclin? Or anybody?
Becklin's sitting in a bombed out hole right now.
You can find. I will say that you can find Izu as Izu is about to nat 20 his way into finding exactly what you guys need. I've stalled long enough with Izu. Okay, Izu, what were you looking for exactly so that I can try to work off something?
I was told this is like used to be a Jedi temple, right?
Yes.
So, and we're looking for people who may have survived.
Yes.
I'm going to look for traces of persons' belongings or any security systems or even remains, I guess.
Izu? You find something very peculiar outside of the periphery of the temple where it was destroyed. In the surrounding grasses, you find something here.
What do I find?
You find something very small. It's a small piece of metal that has a rough symbol carved into it of the old, of a strange creature you've never seen before. And looking at this thing, it almost looks like... Izu's probably not familiar with this concept super well, but oftentimes when people plant a garden, they will keep the thing that identifies the plant next to the plant so that people can identify the plant, right? It's a little tag to identify exactly what kind of plant it is. This looks like somebody intentionally left a tag here of some sort. Like this is some kind of marker that was left for somebody to find, and it's got this carving of an animal on it.
I'll take a picture of it, but can I identify the animal?
Roll a nature check.
I'm not great with those. Actually, no, I am proficient. Neat.
Of course.
It would be a mudhorn.
Oh.
Kind of skeletal and freaky looking, though.
We're gonna find Grogu, aren't we?
I don't know. So, Veclin, roll a force check. Veclin, this place has been abandoned for a while, but you do get a flash of a vision when you're doing this. And that flash of a vision is that you see a young Kylo Ren who looks exactly the same as when you knew him, basically. Just without the shitty mask on. Standing before this temple when the temple just kind of explodes. And it looks like a giant bolt of lightning hit this temple.
And you're
Okay.
finally a fully fledged Jedi. You had a vision of an evil being from your past.
Yep. Interesting.
You know what? We're gonna jump back over to Kara here for a second before we proceed with this, because this is probably where we're gonna end the session tonight. So, Kara, how's it going? What's your newest plot to get Rando's hat?
I'm actually thinking about it. I'm surprised that Senfil didn't go with Kara to try to get the hat.
It's leading to some cool bounty hunter moments, though.
Absolutely.
I would just be stalking him in the just
Roll a
absolutely
stealth
stalking
check.
him. Trying to
Talking him,
find
looking for this hat.
Gotta be good at stealth checks, right?
24.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
He doesn't see you. He's in the commissary of this GFFA base.
Okay, can you describe the area?
It's basically It's basically like a waiting room / break room inside of a. It's like a break room and a hospital for the staff.
Oh, so it's like a emergency waiting room.
I would describe it as like there's like 3 vending machines. There's like 4 tables here.
So more like the DMV then.
A little bit, but there's not. These are tables for like dining tables. There's like where people have their lunch.
Oh, so like the cafeteria in a government building.
Like a cafeteria in a government building. Rando's having a sandwich that came out of a vending machine, and he's like biting down on it, and he's like, oh.
Is it meat, bread, meat, or bread, meat, bread?
I'm not doing meat, bread, meat, and we will not tolerate references to Lightyear here, the worst movie ever made. I hate that movie so much for botching.
I agree to disagree.
It does not understand how relativity works. You do not take longer to get to a location the faster you go.
I understand. You know what my favorite video game of all time is? KOTOR 2. It's amazing.
Okay, so who's around Lando?
There's nobody
by
here.
himself?
Rando. This is not Lando, it's Rando.
Oh, sorry, Rando.
There's nobody here.
Nobody here?
It's just Rando.
Last thing did you just say?
Nothing.
So how big is this area?
It's decent sized.
Okay.
Let's call it 40 feet across. I don't know. I cannot do sizes.
That's not very big.
I cannot do sizes. Okay? So
Okay, so is it like a school cafeteria? Like a grade school?
like I'd say like a grade school cafeteria almost.
Okay, so like it can fit about 500 kids.
No! I would say that this place could fit about 200 people. At max
Very big
capacity.
area.
It's not a very big area.
That kind of ruined my plan.
Are you just gonna attempt to walk up to him and take his helmet?
No, I'm not gonna take his helmet because he doesn't have a helmet.
His hat! His hat! Somebody help me!
Like Jim Carrey say, "The pin is blue. The pin is blue." Okay. I mean, my original plan was like if there was people around, I was just gonna hire a kid to like go, like try to steal something from him.
This is a military base.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just sneak him. Hold on. Okay. I have a extra pair of fancy clothes. I'm gonna wear those. I'm gonna put those on, and
Boy. At least you thought it through.
yeah, I'm gonna put some fancy clothes on, and I'm gonna do some some makeup stuff and make myself look, more distinguished, um, proper, I guess. And I'm gonna walk up. Uh, oh boy, what is this? I'm just gonna try to catch. I'm going to try to catch everybody's attention, basically. Like walk into a room and go like, like in the cartoons how like men
Okay, there's
like
four.
eyes.
I said there he was the only one here. I'm gonna say there's 4 other people here, for the sake of
Okay,
this.
okay. Well,
You're gonna try to seduce a cafeteria of military men. This
no,
is
I'm
not
gonna
hard.
I'm just gonna try to like get their attention on me. Like be like so hyper focused on, the get them distracted basically.
Okay. So you're gonna have to roll a performance check with advantage because you're doing all this fancy stuff to help.
Okay.
All this for a hat. Hey, everybody's looking at the pretty lady who's shown up at the.
All right.
This isn't weird.
Can I tell if Rando recognizes me or not?
Roll a deception check.
Advantage.
No.
Damn it. um.
He does not recognize you. He's only met you like one time, and you look a little different now. And it's just like, oh, there's a lady here. He's eating a sandwich.
Okay.
He's just kind of looking at you. He's like, oh, there's a lady here who's talking to all the soldiers here who have not seen a woman in 7 years.
7 years. Damn.
Not literally that long, but.
It's been a while.
Well, I'm just gonna try to. And then while I'm talking to them, I'm gonna slowly drift over to Rando.
He says, have we met? Have we met before?
I don't think so.
Okay. What you doing here, lass?
Well.
What are you gonna do?
Oh my god.
Are you really doing all this for a hat?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Just say it.
I'm just gonna, like, sit on his lap and
Jesus Christ! All this for a hat?
put my arm around his back, over his shoulder.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable, but yet very intrigued about what is about to happen. It's like a train wreck. You just can't look away.
And I wish I could.
And
That school bus is not getting off those tracks anytime soon.
So what do you say? Just
watching this.
Spit it out.
I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I didn't really get that far.
You didn't think we'd get this far.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't. I thought I'd mess up along the way.
Yeah, that's what you do, and then just grab it and run.
I'm gonna try to distract him by whispering.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll a persuasion check. What do you whisper in his ear?
God, don't make me do this, man. Don't make me say it. Just something, that would.
Okay, roll a persuasion check. You roll.
Okay,
you whisper something into his ear.
You said persuasion?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. You have his mind on something else now. Now you can roll a sleight of hand with advantage.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
So while he's distracted thinking about this, you just kind of yoink the hat off the back of his head. Now you have it in your hand. What do you do?
I put it on.
Okay.
And
Going
you.
places.
Leave first.
So I'm gonna have to
Hold
roll a
on.
wisdom check to see if he's too distracted by what you said to notice that you've done this. Okay, roll a performance check with advantage for this to see if you can get away with this.
Performance.
Yes.
Oh my
Never. Why do I do things? Why do I do things?
Oh my.
I would never play poker with any one of you.
I don't get it. It's only this game. I've run many games before, but it's only this game the players do this to me.
And I say, well, thank you, boys. It's been a lovely time, but I must go now. And
My planet needs me.
I must go. My people need me. Yeah, and I just strut away very slowly.
So, how's the investigation going, guys? What does Izu do with this information that he found? That he found this weird thing being left behind here?
Oh my god!
It's just a drawing, so he'll take that as a picture and then send it to the guys and like upload it to the ship just so it's backed up and we have proof of that. But he
So,
doesn't. He himself doesn't know the context of the drawing, so he doesn't understand it.
so you all get this message from Izu on your comm link. Says ding ding. Senfil, meanwhile, you're backing up, realizing you're surrounded by hundreds of people.
Oh my god, hundreds of people.
I'm so sorry. I just missed the very last thing.
Senfil, you are backing off to the temple, looking into this forest. I would presume that you're like doing that thing where you're like looking, you got your gun out, you're just like you're surrounded by hundreds of these wooden masked people.
Can I back up a little faster?
You back up a little faster. You get a ping on your phone, and Izu sent you a picture. You get a ping on your phone. You get a ping on your comlink too. Veclin, Izu sent you a picture. It's like, that doesn't do anything for you.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Can I send the eggplant emoji?
Oh my god, it's a fleek eel. We've been over this.
Izu sends back a hacked communications thing, and you get a small blast of sonic into your ear.
Ah.
It's a terrible time for that to happen. I'm
About
gonna
this-
go on.
Get it.
It's about this time where I lose my concentration on what I'm doing and have to get up because someone's blasting static in my ears.
I'm
So
gonna get
you
on the
guys
phone and be
re-meet
like,
at Karnuk's and says, "What's going on?"
I'd like to tap into the comms and be like, guys, there's hundreds of them. They're in the trees, man. They're in the forest.
Yes.
Oh god, we're doomed.
Get back out here where we're out in the open.
I'm coming. I'm going as fast
So-
as I can.
Karnuk Sen shows up and he's like, "What's going on? What is happening?"
Oh, our friend is. Oh wait, I'm not there. Sorry.
I feel like our friend Senfel is in danger.
Yeah. So, Senfil, Izu, and Veclin, you're all in the same place now. And, like, what do you guys talk about now? What saith the
Izu's going to say, so should we fly to Evan Hawken and just start blasting the forest?
That would be a fun ride. We have, we didn't learn much.
Izu, you did find something. Are you going to show everybody else?
Oh yeah, here I found this. Here, show it to everyone. He took pictures, lots of pictures.
So Karnuk Sen speaks up. Can you take me to this? I
Can
believe
you say
that
please?
Master Jawa, I would very much appreciate it if you would take this to us, please. Take us to this object, please.
Good job. You just pat him on the knee, and we'll start leading the way.
And what about Veclin? Even though Senfil is saying there's people out in the forest, there's nobody out there. Veclin. You're sure of it? There's nobody out there.
You feeling okay, Senfil?
Honestly, no. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. Although I didn't tell you, but I did get obsessed with an object imbued with dark force evilness.
Does he seem to be full of dark force evilness?
No, but the thing in his pocket is.
It's chill though. We broke the curse. It kind of happened off screen, but you guys weren't there.
Veclin pulls out his lightsaber and puts it in his hand, doesn't turn it on, and begins to walk towards the forest.
You
Trying
see
to
nobody in the forest.
Do I hear anything?
Roll a perception check.
See, don't worry, guys. I always roll average.
You hear nothing.
Everyone else rolls natural 20s all day long.
You don't hear the chimes, man?
No. Do you hear them now?
No, he does not.
Semphil's starting to wonder if he's going crazy.
Hey, Simphil.
Izu?
I stab him with a stim pack.
Ow!
You feeling better?
I was already in shock. Now I'm double in shock.
No.
After all this screaming and commotion, does anything else? Do I hear anything?
Roll another perception check. Good call.
Even worse.
All you hear is screaming. Karnuksen says, Izu, Karnuksen says, let's proceed to the site of this artifact you found. Hopefully these supposed phantoms in the forest do not show up in Harsha or Mellow.
All right, but if they do, I have more Boombas. He shouts at the forest, but then starts leading the way.
As they all lead away, I take a little bit and I wait for like 10 seconds before I turn around and start following the group as well.
So, you are all surrounding this little weird tag. It's a little metal shard with a mud horn scratched into it. And Karnuksen is looking down at it and says, okay, I'm going to do my thing.
No! Don't join my book.
Oh my gosh.
Every now and then.
The magic of a new puppy.
The echoes of the Jedi Temple of things that happened in the past.
Don't
Right here.
you my book?
A sacred Jedi text?
The sacred texts! Oh my god. So,
The wife is getting extremely frustrated that she has to do this by herself.
oh, poor, I feel bad that I stole her husband from her.
You stole her husband, period. Don't finish his
I
sentence.
stole her husband. Okay. So Carter leans over and he touches this object and he says, and there's a silence for a minute. He says, Veclin,
Yes.
lean down here. And he
Okay.
says, I have to share this with you.
All right. I'll do as they instructed.
And he places his hand on your shoulder and he touches this object again, and you are thrust into a vision of years and years ago, the still smoking ruins of the Jedi Temple, the sun breaking above the perimeter of the distant mountains, and it's a very white sun. There's not a lot of atmosphere here, and it's not a very red morning. And you see a little figure with tiny little legs and big green ears and a little hair. He's a little blonde little gremlin baby. more of a gremlin, small child, maybe like 8 years old by your approximation. And he's got his little hair in a top knot. And he's just walking through these forests very slowly. He seems contemplative of his surroundings. And then when he arrives at this temple, he looks shocked and horrified. And he sits down in front of this temple and he's meditating. And you see the stones of the temple begin to rise as the temple is lifted, and you see people who've barely survived crawling from the temple, carrying the bodies of their friends. And one by one, this creature begins to heal these broken and maimed people before each of them follows him into the forest. It's all very quick, it's all very alarming, but it's very clear that this young one was the one who saved everybody in this temple.
Do you think they're still there? Still here? They couldn't have. Do you think they're still here?
I don't believe. Carnixon says, I doubt it somehow. He would have probably taken them into hiding.
That Mudhorn thing. Do we know? Does
Everybody
does the
roll a lore check?
Well, I mean, I was really asking if we saw Mando wearing that.
You know what? I'm not even having any of you roll this.
We've also been to Mandalore.
You've all met Mandalore the Betrayer. Or was it Mandalore the Betrayer? Dang it. Clan Mudhorn. Mandalore the
Din
Betrayer.
Djarin was Mandalore the Fallen or something.
Yeah, so it was Mandalore the Betrayer. You've all met Mandalore the Betrayer on Naboo. He had this symbol very clearly on his shoulder.
Did we not literally go to Mandalore though? And
Yeah, you've been to
Mandalorian?
Mandalore.
Oh, okay.
We met Boba Fett.
You met Mandalore the Survivor, not Boba Fett. It's not confirmed.
As you told us, it's Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's Boba Fett.
You told us it's Boba Fett.
It is Boba Fett. It's 100% Boba Fett.
We don't know that.
I'm excited for season 3 of Mandalorian, by the way.
I'm not.
Excited.
I'm dreading it with every fiber of my being.
I like to have hope. I like to have hope.
I think I might be clinically incapable of having hope.
You need to listen to some 80s rock and roll.
You know what I'm dreading? I'm dreading. Look, here's what I'm dreading. I'm dreading that it goes exactly. I'm dreading that it goes exactly how I hope it goes, because then I have to sue Dave Filoni for reading my fucking mind, and I don't want to do that.
I don't think you can sue somebody for reading your mind.
Yeah.
It's my intellectual property in my mind.
Not if you don't patent it.
Somehow, people at Lucasfilm harvested Anakin Skywalker's Game Boy and Palpatine saving Jedi bodies in a weird archive. So
Okay, I'll admit that was some weird
synergy.
That was some weird synergy. In my game I ran, I had this great idea of creating these like super soldiers made out of a rare alloy metal called frick, and there's these big robot like troopers. And then the next episode, the Mandalorian showed up, and then the Dark Troopers showed up, and I was like, God damn it!
Hey, to be fair, Dark Troopers have been in Star Wars for 4 or 5 ever.
So that's also the same like basis for like
the
Space Marines and Spartans and like
but it was
different brands of super soldiers.
Well, yes, of course, but I mean, like the idea was like it wasn't really in Star Wars, and I'm like, oh no, here come the Dark Troopers, because I saw a Dark Trooper stat block and I wanted to use it. And then like, oh yeah, there they are.
That's where we end this session. You are all looking at the symbol that you've all seen before on Mandalore the Betrayer. and you head back to the Ebon. One last thing. Roll me 3 perception checks with advantage, Veclin, as you are leaving.
Veclin? No one else?
Because he doesn't want anyone else to roll because I'm the only one that's failing.
This doesn't make sense because you have a +6. You should be better at this. But on that first one,
You can
as
look, you can see I got a 7, a 4.
You know what? Wait. Because I'm not rolling, can I give him my portents? Because I can do those
yes,
reactions. All right, take 3 portents to roll 3d8s.
All right, 15. So I don't know.
it was with
20.
Oh, you got a
advantage.
21 for the last one.
18, 13, 21. There you go.
21. As you guys are leaving this place with this information that you guys definitely know Mandalore, I'm saying without any shadow of any doubt, Mandalore the Betrayer knows more about this situation. So, as you are leaving, Veclin, you look into the forest. You try and you just see this man in a wooden mask just walk out of the forest. Just like this terrifying thing that you've never seen anything like this before, Veclin.
Like in a vision or in front of me?
Like right in front of you. It's this man in a wooden mask. It's like he melts out of the forest. It's like he was so in sync with the nature here that he was just part of the force here until he chose to reveal himself to you.
Declan stops and, I guess in a way, stares at him.
He cocks his head.
You say in the force, like mentally to him, "We mean you no harm."
And he speaks up and he says, "I know that."
We are trying to figure out what happened here.
Will you find them?
Who is them?
The Jedi.
That is the plan.
Go in peace. He just melts back into the forest. And that's where we're going to end this session today. Yay, I did a Star Wars again.
Oh, it's good to be back.
It was a lot of fun being back. It was
Yeah,
chaotically.
cowboy hat out of it.
Yeah, you get back to the ship and Kara's got a cowboy hat on.
I haven't changed out of the fancy dress, so.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you?
She's got her red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark of the pale moonlight.
Did we happen to find a droid at any point in this session?
Yeah, you did. Remember, you found Master Hugh.
Alright. I'm gonna get going here, so.
See you guys later. Thank you for the wonderful session. It was nice to be back.
Damn, it was fun.
Okay,
You guys
how do I
torture
stop?
the DM
How do
with
I
Easy
stop
again.
streaming?
Yep.
Ah.